I coughed twice doing that. Everybody, hello! Happy Monday! Woo! My bit didn't work because I coughed right after. How y'all doing? Baby. How y'all doing? Happy Monday! I hope you got your rent paid. I'm tired. My work is like, by the way, tomorrow we're doing more new shit. And my ADHD can only handle so much. Maybe it's not an ADHD thing, I don't know. When I got a fucking thing I've been told to do and then they change it, it shit stresses me out, man. Why are we changing it like that? I don't wanna. Anyway. Whatever gets my paycheck, I suppose. Good Monday, Fed, Gab! Lard, how are you? Baku? Any bug on YouTube? We got Nimby on YouTube. Hello. Blech. Do y'all think we're gonna beat Paranormasight 2 today? I'm thinking Thursday, which would be my next stream date. Thursdays. Pocopia release. I'm definitely... For one, I might be delaying stream Thursday? I don't know, probably not. Now that I think about it. I might play Pocopia on Thursday. I was thinking I wasn't gonna stream it, but I don't know, I want to play it on Thursday, so I'll probably stream it then. You hope not? You hope we're not beating this today? I feel like at this point we're getting pretty close to like the final answers. I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish this one and get the bad ending. I assume it is the bad ending. We gotta get to the point where Kikuko... Oh! Start from Kikuko's death is another option. I thought there was only one setting. But we're gonna go ahead when she offers the mirror, we're gonna take the mirror. I'm gonna skip all this nonsense until she offers one. Oh fuck! I skipped all the way ahead. I guess he takes the mirror in this. I skipped too far. I didn't take the mirror. Goodbye, Avi. Arnav. Well, that one's done. Huh? Storyteller, what are you doing here? Seems you met with a rather unpleasant fate. Shouldn't he know that I've already done it right the first time? This is merely conjecture on my part, but things seem to be going quite smoothly right until Kikuko's true nature was exposed. Yeah, I'd say so. The only one who can stop Kikuko from committing these murders is Mr. Barnum, after all. However, it appears you were holding on to something that gave her the upper hand. Yeah, it was the fucking B button. I would recommend you dispose of that item before incurring her wrath. Do not fret, you may start anew from the moment the standoff began. I don't need to, but whatever. Throw myself back out there. Bye! So I guess that doesn't count. Unless for some reason it's done already. I guess not. That is not the other ending that the game was looking for. I hope it's not short enough that it ends today. Yeah, I suppose. It's just I'm pretty sure we're close to the end here. So you would be Miss Shiki, and you say you're a member of the police department currently looking after Cersei. Might be if she kills you before you push her in the water. I don't know. I'll go look at it again. it could be that one is checked off now. But if there is... I don't know. We'll see. If I can't progress, then obviously we'll probably have to go back. My apologies for all the trouble young Cersei caused you the other day. She's quite a mischievous young lady, I'm afraid. Oh, not at all. She certainly has some pluck for one so young. It took us quite by surprise, in fact. You would be Cersei's guardian then, right? Oh no, we're related to be sure. But she's really more my guide come? Guide come bodyguard, if anything. What the fuck does that mean? I see. I don't. I don't like that. Since when was I your bodyguard as well? Bro, you literally saved him. I'm afraid that circumstances may dictate that we have to take Cersei back to Tokyo with us, though. Is that so? That would be quite the bother. Yeah, the circumstances that we killed some bug... Personally, I'd rather avoid having to do so as well. There's a case here that needs our urgent attention, you see. So I'd appreciate it if you cooperated without any fuss. That would depend on what you ask, I'm afraid. I'm gonna give much fuss. Oh wait, I'm not Arnav right now. What were you doing down at the jetty just now? Oh! Nothing. Oh, so you didn't see anything that happened before that then? Would it be inconvenient for you if we had? Nonsense! My hands are as clean as my conscience. Not a spot inside, I assure you. Avi, that sounds very suspicious. What a suspicious thing to say. Never mind that now. We don't have the time. There are several things we want to ask you. Oh, and what would that be? Shomikawa. First, I think we should talk about the incident this morning. Mitsumikawa was discovered washed up on the Fujiwara coast as a corpse, with half her body having been turned into a fish. Well, I'll be to think she would meet such a fate. I'm truly sorry to hear that. My fucking own voice acting, just stuttering there too. This wouldn't be your doing, would it? We have eyewitness reports that you two were that you were seen 2 days ago headed out to sea with Miss Somikawa by boat. Well, we did indeed head out into the bay for a little chat, but turning her into a fish? Not in a million years. What did you discuss with Miss Somikawa then? Why, what else? Mermaids, of course. Mermaids? Indeed, Cersei and I are here in Isashima on a grand adventure to find mermaids. We just happened to find out that Miss Somikawa was a member of a clan with a strong relation to them. Of course she would catch our interest. I see. So you knew that Miss Somikawa was a descendant of the sole survivor of Taishima. Oh, so you knew about that too? I suppose I should expect nothing less of a member of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. You wouldn't happen to know anything about the mermaids of Taishima as well, would you? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Did you learn what you wanted from Miss Somikawa then? Oh yes, we got quite the haul of lucrative information from her. The knowledge that one of the Taishima mermaids lived hidden in the depths of Ise Bay until a scant few months ago, for one. What? Oh, that caught your interest, did it? Did it? I see. She must have been able to go back to Ryugu when the seal broke 3 months ago. So you even knew about Ryugu. You seem quite well versed in these matters, Miss Shiki. Huh, maybe just a bit. So, now that you know there are no longer any mermaids to be found here, have you given up looking for them? This game is such a leap from the last. The first one was like, yeah, I deal with the idea of curses and the supernatural, kind of. The sub-supernatural, more like. But all of a sudden we got fucking mermaids and shit in this one. And they're real! Hardly! There should be one more mermaid out there somewhere. We're here today to see if we can't glean some hint as to her whereabouts, in fact. I see. Do you know what Miss Somikawa did after you finished your talk? No, why would I? We parted ways immediately after we got back to shore. I haven't the foggiest what happened to her after that. Where did you learn that Miss Somikawa had a link to mermaids? I'm very sorry, but it's against my policy to reveal the identity of my informants. Is that so? Yeah, figure it out, bitch. I keep forgetting I'm that bitch right now. Oh, do you know what Miss Samakawa did after you finished your talk? Oh wait, nope, that's what we said already. Whoop! You currently have the Cursed Stone housing the Curse of the Forsaken Fish, don't you? What's that, a Cursed Stone? I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest what you're on about. I didn't use my brain eyes. Ugh, this is far more trouble than it's worth. I'll just ask Soto to take a look. Woo! What if it revealed Cersei was an 800-year immortal? Any stickers? Let's go! I found one. It looks like a turkey. No! I'm trying to click the sticker, damn it. We currently stand in front of the torii at the top of the hill. The elevation gives us a beautiful view of both the town and the bay. People were starting to gather at the jetty, so we decided to move our conversation here. Why were they gathering at the jetty, huh? Oh shit! A gobble gobble! Damn, this one's a fucking pimp or something. Tango and turkey. Okay. I mean, he's got the purple suit and everything, but okay. Alright, Soto. What do you make of these two? I can sense an ominous spiritual energy lingering around them. It's all but certain that they have cursed stones. I see. We don't have time to play games then. It seems like a direct approach will be best here. Wait, you mean both of them have cursed stones? Did she say that out loud? Huh? Yes, both of them. The girl is managing to camouflage the energy from the one she has, but I managed to catch sight of it for a moment. Maybe they're still whispering. Wait, both? So we're dealing with two cursed stones, are we? Yeah, I just had beans for lunch, that's it. By the way, Cersei, I was told to tell you to return to Tokyo at once if I saw you. What? But I don't want to. I thought you'd say that. Well, I was only asked to tell you, no more no less. What you choose to do with the message is up to you. Thanks, I think. If you want to know what happened, ask Avi. I will, thank you. Alright, Avi, spill the beans! I know you got some. It's no use trying to play innocent. We know you have the Cursed Stone housing the Curse of the Forsaken Fish. You are persistent, aren't you? Well, my answer hasn't changed. I haven't the faintest idea what you mean. Avi, they already know. Just give up already. What's this? Stabbed in the back and by my own kid, no less. How could you? Its spiritual energy is too powerful to hide. I can tell that man over there has already noticed it. Thank you for the help. You saved us quite a bit of trouble just now. Does this mean you'll let us go? I'm afraid we won't be able to just yet, no. What are we being detained for? After all, you have a cursed stone as well, don't you? Yeah, I do. We ran into someone who was trying to use it earlier, so I took it off of them. Is that so? Don't tell her! Honestly, I'd rather you took it off my hands if possible. You don't seem to be planning to do any harm with it. I suppose we can leave that topic for later. So, why are you letting Avi here walk around with the Curse of the Forsaken Fish? To let him live out his dreams, I suppose. I'm afraid that makes for a poor reason. Alright, I admit it. It was all me. I don't want to give it up, so I asked Cersei if I could hold on to it. I just couldn't let it go, not after learning it had such a close link to mermaids. I see. So that is the cursed stone for the Curse of the Forsaken Fish. How did you come into possession of that cursed stone? Well, that would be a bit of a long story. It all started when I found a mermaid mummy left by... mermaid mummy? He's saying mummy, not like mommy. Found a mermaid mummy left by my great-grandmother in the old family storage back in the States. That mermaid mummy ended up containing a map, one with a riddle to be solved, no less. That riddle led us to a mysterious box on the seabed. And once we solved the puzzle, sealing the box shut, we found this cursed stone nestled within. Oh? A mermaid mummy, you say? It seems that the keepsake passed down by your ancestor was indeed a cursed stone, then. Huh? I thought they were gonna bring more attention to the fact that they found the map. By the way, I thought I heard you say something about the Onmyoji who sealed away the cursed stone just now. Am I correct in thinking that they were the ancestor of this young man here? That's right. It was an onmyoji by the name of Harukage Tsuchimikado. It said he had a clue to the lifting of a certain curse within a mermaid mummy, hence our search for the object in question. I see. And that mermaid mummy... Stop saying mermaid mummy! I'm struggling every single time. Ended up crossing the Pacific, passing it from hand to hand until reaching my great-grandmother. It's quite the miracle that this curse stone is here with us today. Almost romantic, don't you think? I suppose you could say that, yes. Oh. Enough of that. There's no doubt that Miss Somikawa was transfigured into a fish by the curse of the Forsaken Fish. And it's looking extremely likely that you have a curse stone that would make that possible. No more excuses. Tell us what really happened. Ugh. Alright, you got me. I'll talk, though don't blame me if the tale ends up being too incredible for your ears. I see. It would seem Miss Somikawa had quite the twisted obsession with mermaids. And you sought to grant her wish by using the curse of the Forsaken Fish, is that right? Correct. I know exactly how it feels, you see, the burning desire to see your dreams realized. And the overwhelming despair upon learning that they can never be. The desperate hope to see even the slightest part of your wish fulfilled in the end. Perhaps that's why I couldn't ignore her wish. The wish to meet her end at the hands of a mermaid's curse. Hearing Miss Somikawa's fervent plea and seeing her cast herself into the water like that. I knew this sounds so suspicious. I knew this was the ending she wanted for her tale, and so I decided to grant it. An elegy for a woman bound by her lineage and consumed by her obsession. I see. I understand where you're coming from, and I can't say I don't sympathize with your feelings on the matter. The fact that she entered the water of her own accord must also be taken into account. I imagine it would have made what the fuck? I can't read. My damn phone is blocking the words. It would have made rescuing her quite difficult. Oh, then you're willing to give me a pass, are you? I'm afraid that isn't my decision to make. Ugh, just forget you heard it. Once we finished our business on Kamishima, I imagine you'll have to come along with us to the office back in Tokyo. I'll do my best to see if some sort of arrangement can be reached, though. Oh, how kind of you. Good thing I thought to ask. Now, what about the other murder we committed? Does self-defense count in Japan? Is that a thing? Thank you for telling us what happened with Miss Somikawa. As of now, I don't see any reason to doubt your version of events. My thanks. I'll leave the negotiating to you, then. What about you, Soto? So they found a map hidden within a mermaid mummy and followed it to a strange box in the seabed. Even if the mermaid mummy had remained in my family's possession, we may not have managed to uncover all the secrets it hid. Perhaps it's for the best the map passed onto their hands in the end. As much as I'm reluctant to admit it, you may be right. Although I get the feeling that Avi will let it go to his head, so perhaps we should keep this to ourselves. Well, what about you, Cersei? What do you think? Now, putting your return to Tokyo aside, the biggest issue at hand is whether or not you were complicit in his use of the cursed stone. She wasn't, well, I guess she wasn't near him when he did that, because y'all kept her trapped. I can't talk today. The words I'm saying make no fucking sense. Cursed stones are dangerous things. They should be viewed in the same light as bombs or poisonous gas and treated with the same amount of care. Allowing one to be used in your presence is also naturally forbidden. Naturally forbidden? What does that mean? Who's gonna stop me? You're currently in the care of paranormal affairs if you're found guilty of misconduct. Oh, okay. Her specifically, I guess. You'll be subject to punishment under our rules. That figures, yeah. I'm glad you understand. Either way, it's the higher-ups who will end up taking responsibility, so I'm happy to leave things there up to them. What else is there to talk about? By the way, did you happen to glimpse the resentful memories contained within the cursed stone? I did indeed! A veritable deluge of information, and a 400-year-old information at that. And a 400 year? Yeah, that's what he said. Was the way to lift the curse of the raging waves included in that information? It certainly was. Oh, that's it. That's what we've been looking for. I see. So you're searching for the way to lift some curse or other, eh? That's the long and short of it. Will you let us have the curse stone of yours then? It's too dangerous to leave unaddressed as it is, so we can't leave it with you either way. No! But that just feels unfair, you know. I was the one who found the map and solved the riddle, so why the curse stone would still be at the bottom of the the ocean. I'll just say the ocean if it wasn't for me. Bugs, what's the difference between an ocean and a sea? I don't know. And it's hardly been cheap running back and forth like this. I don't know if I can just give you something so important for nothing in return. Looking to take advantage of the situation, are we? Yikes. Ah! Judge me all you want. I'm at the end of my rope here too, you know. So what is it you're after then? Money? Well, first of all, I'd like you to turn a blind eye to the fact I used a curse stone. And I'd like you to spill the beans on any knowledge you have on mermaids as well. Turning a blind eye might be a bit much, I'm afraid. All I can promise there is an attempt to reach some sort of deal. In any case, we don't have time to mess around. I really would appreciate it if you cooperated without any further fuss. If you don't, we may end up having to get a bit rough. Oh, intimidation is it? But if you think your boorish threats scare me, think again! My trusty bodyguard here will... Sorry, but no, I don't feel well, and we're at a disadvantage here anyway. Oh, before it began! A wise decision, young lady. Cersei's like, nah, I don't think so. Get arrested, we don't care. So that's your game, is it? Abusing your authority to seize the property of a defenseless, powerless civilian? State violence! State violence, I say! Ugh. You do have a curse stone, though. I doubt anyone would object to use of force against an opponent carrying a lethal weapon. What? Seriously? Is really the end of the line, then? Well, if it's really just information on mermaids you want, I'm not opposed to telling you that much. Only within the bounds of what I know, though. Would that be acceptable? Avi needs to— What? Don't smack him. He found this curse stone fair and square. Would that be acceptable? What? You mean it, really? Huzzah! Now that's an offer I can't refuse. Consider this deal done and dusted. Alright, he doesn't need anything else after that, I guess. It's best if we can get things settled without a fuss. Besides, I don't think it should be a problem now. What if Cersei takes it? Yoink! I'll tell you what you want to know about mermaids. In exchange, you'll hand over your curse stone. Do we have a deal? We do indeed. Fucking hell! Looking at the sky again. So, what is it you want to know about mermaids, then? Though I'd wager you're after the secret of immortality. Immortality? Oh no. All I want is to meet a real-life mermaid. 'Tis not but dreams and adventure that drives me. Avi already knows how to get the mermaid. The immortality, right? Really? That's it? Well, even if you had been after immortality, I doubt it would have been possible. What? You mean the legends about mermaids being able to grant immortality are false? They're not. Having encountered my fair share of people who have become immortal that way, after all. There's even a word for these individuals. They're known as 800-year immortals. 800-year immortals, eh? So they do exist. Incredible! What became of the third Taishiba mermaid, then? The one known as Nagame. She hasn't returned to Ryugu, has she? She hasn't. Sobai is the only mermaid who returned to Ryugu in the end. Oh, so she's still out there somewhere, roaming the mortal world as we speak. You could say that, but you could also say she's no longer here. What do you mean? Don't tell me she died. Well, that also wouldn't be entirely accurate. So she's not dead, and she didn't go to Ryugu. But she... So what? Is she human? What is it, Cersei? I think I've got it. Figured it out, have you? What? Really? What do you mean? Think back on what we heard before. Before? Recollection! The recollection button was gonna pop up. Well, there's not much point in dragging it out, so I'll go ahead and tell you. A mermaid known as Nagame. Like, if she's mummified, that would imply she's dead, right? She could be sealed. But I don't know if in this case, we haven't heard any mention it. We know they can become human. But we haven't heard anything about that actually happening yet, so I'm just gonna put that. Nagame gave up her existence as a mermaid long ago. She no longer lives as a mermaid, but as a human. I should have picked the embarrassing answer. Ah, now that you mention it, that does sound familiar. You mean to tell me that story was true? Oh, you heard of those events before. Could it possibly be that Yumeko is that mermaid? I think last stream I was like also thinking she was an immortal and that's why she could see other immortals, but whenever Sato questioned it, she's like, nope, I'm not an immortal. Or not an 800-year immortal, at least. So what if? Also, like, it said that, like, they could, you know, become human and then just, like, become overly attached to something. So I thought, shit, I don't fucking know. We know Yuza's mom is not a mermaid because she has a family lineage. I don't know what I'm saying. I think it's Yumeko. You heard of these events before. Her obsession with her husband is what makes me think that she is the mermaid. I suppose Miss Samakawa must have heard about it from Sobai. But could a mermaid really become a human? Mermaids are originally from another world, right? Normally it would be unthinkable, yes. But it seems a certain talented psychic managed to make the impossible happen, at no small cost to himself, I might add. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, see, Soto knows something too. And he's descendant from the Onmyoji of the island? Who also happens to be parading around with this lady? I can't say I understand why she would do such a thing, though. Why not remain a mermaid? It seems like a bit of a waste to me. Well, Nagame was a bit different from the other two mermaids, you see. They were serious and dutiful, but Nagame was strongly drawn to the mortal world and to the humans who live in it. I suppose you could say that she was the opposite of Miss Samakawa in a way. And how does she know all this info? You don't say. More than anything, it seemed she was particularly drawn to the idea of becoming a human, finding the person of her dreams, and marrying them. Of getting to be their bride. She's not being too subtle about this anymore. That's a pretty cute dream to have. I guess not all mermaids are the same, huh? Indeed! Who said that? Cersei said it first. To think that mermaids could harbor the same hopes and dreams as humans do, I must say she sounds quite relatable. Perhaps. I imagine she was viewed as quite the odd soul among her own kind, though. Then, a few decades ago, Nagame happened to meet a certain psychic. Ooh? The two soon fell in love. And Nagame, who wanted more than anything else to become that man's wife, asked him if there was any way she could become a human. The psychic searched far and wide for a way to grant her wish, and after decades of toil, he found a secret art that would allow her to do so. Oh, such unconditional love! Such ardent devotion! A mermaid who wished to become a human to be with the love of her life. I was about to say, it's like the Little Mermaid. Why, it's like the tale of the Little Mermaid reborn in the modern era. Truly a story to grip the heart. How could I not root for them with everything I have? Are you sure? That would mean we don't have a mermaid to look for anymore, you know. No matter. If it was for the sake of such inspiring passion, then I care not a whit. So, Nagame became human in the end, yes. And the two of them lived happily ever after. I refuse to accept any other conclusion. Well, that's what the fuck? That's more or less what happened, so I could say with certainty that Nagame the mermaid no longer exists. I see. So she's still alive out there as a human. What a beautiful tale. Why, I wish I could just meet her solely to offer my most heartfelt congratulations. No, I think wedding gifts are in order. Javi seems to be enjoying himself, but this means there's no chance of us meeting a mermaid anymore, right? She's right in front of you. Hi, Jabber! Oh, now that you mention it, that is a problem. I thought so. Ahem. A question, Miss Shiki. I don't suppose there would be a way for us to go to Ryugu and meet a mermaid there, would there? I'm afraid not. It's impossible for a flesh and blood human to cross over to the eternal world. Indeed, you'd have to be dead to have any chance of getting there. Ah, just as I feared. There's little point in getting there without a life to savor it. Although that does mean there's a chance that Miss Somakawa was able to make it to Ryugu in the end. That I don't know. Not everyone ends up in Ryugu after death, after all. I see. I suppose we'll just have to hope that she was able to meet the mermaid so she's so admired in the afterlife. Busy day at the shop with truck delivery and my employee review. You're the front runner for an assistant manager position. Yeah! Get a jumbo! That would be all I could tell you there. Are you willing to give us your cursed stone now? Well, knowing that we have no chance of meeting a mermaid now has thoroughly dashed all my hopes and dreams. But you did share with us a most charming tale of a mermaid love and longing, so I suppose I can't complain. Here, the cursed stone. Thank you. Soto, could you take a look at it for me? Very well. I see. If you don't mind, there are a few details I'd like to confirm with you before continuing, Avi. Very well, go ahead and ask anything you'd like. I'll even give you the map we used. It originally belonged to you and yours, after all. Thank you, in that case. I see. I think I know how to lift this curse of the raging waves now. Yippee! Excuse me, finally. It certainly has been a long road to get here. Still, you certainly are knowledgeable about mermaids. Where on earth did you get all this information from? Well, let's just say I have my sources. I suppose we can put this down to the vast knowledge of Paranormal Affairs Bureau as well, eh? He hasn't realized yet. What do you mean? It's nothing, don't worry about it. Is it put it in the fucking profile that we know she is the fucking mermaid now? It put it in her profile without actually revealing it to the character. That's funny. Yumeko was formerly a mermaid by the name of Nagame. Unlike her more serious compatriots Hayase and Sobae, Nagame was a free-spirited by nature and held a keen interest in both humans and the mortal world. She was even known to break the rules to sneak out and observe human society. Something which often put her at odds with the other two mermaids and led to her being viewed as something of a maverick. When the entrance to Ryugu was sealed 400 years ago to suppress the curse of the raging waves, rendering the remaining mermaids unable to return home, Sobae was overcome by grief. However, Nagame was thrilled and seized the opportunity to travel the world at her leisure, which deepened the rift between her and Sobae. For the next 350 years, Nagame bore witness to the lives of countless humans around the globe. From every culture and era, and her yearning for life in human society continued to grow. She was particularly enamored by the concepts of marriage and becoming a bride, finding the idea of pledging one's life to someone and living hand in hand with them from then on enthralling. It was this she found herself longing for above all else. About 50 years ago, Nagame met a certain talented psychic in Japan. The two quickly fell in love, and Nagame, who by that point had begun to earnestly wish that she could give up being a mermaid and live among humans in the mortal world. This is a lot of words that just keep happening. Asked him whether there was any way she could become a human. Wanting to fulfill her wish, the psychic began to search for a lost secret art that would allow her to assume human form. The two overcame countless hardships together in their quest for the art, and after decades of searching, they not only found it, but finally succeeded in perfecting it. How old is the psychic at this point? However, the secret art that would grant Nagame her wish demanded a heavy price for a mermaid. A being who lacked mortal form in the material world to gain a human body. The caster's own body would have to be sacrificed. Using this art would render them unable to live side by side as humans, as they had so long to do. Okay. The two agonized over the decision, despite their decades-long search. The different worlds in which they lived continued to keep them apart. As a mermaid, Nagame could neither join him on land nor appear before others. The life together they yearned for remained a distant dream. In the end, the two chose to use the secret art so they could be together in the mortal world. Even when Nagame learned that the psychic Itensai Shiki only appeared young due to his supernatural abilities. Having been born in the Edo period and already over 100 years old by that time, she never— oh my god, okay, she loved him no less. Thus did Nagame the mermaid become Itensai Shiki's human wife. Well, how did he do that? What am I missing here? Didn't it say that he would have to give up his body or something? A name given to her by Itensai himself, although the process of gaining a human body meant she lost many of the memories and abilities she had possessed during her time as a mermaid. She retained all the memories and feelings from her time spent with the Itensai. That would have been very funny, actually. Which was more than enough for Yumeko. Since then, Yumeko has enjoyed a fulfilling life with her human nature and her relationship with Itensai, bringing her immense joy. Because of this, she is insistent that her primary identity be that of a housewife, to the extent that she always chooses clothing that will allow her to return to tackling housework at a moment's notice. However, the human body she has gained still differs from those of regular humans, although she appears to age slowly compared to those around her. It is entirely unknown how long her lifespan will end up being. Following her rebirth as a human, Yumeko decided to pay a visit to Sobae in the depths of the Issei Bay to explain her decision. Maybe it just meant she loses her mermaid body. I thought it was implying that Itensai was the caster. Yumeko decided to pay a visit to Sobae in the depths of the Issei Bay to explain her decision and introduce her partner. Abandoning her form as a mermaid to become a human was a grave violation of the rules they were bound to. Was that a common issue for mermaids? And she expected Sobae to receive the news with utter contempt, if not sever her ties with Yumeko completely, but her expectations were pleasantly subverted. Sobae herself had since forged her own deep bond in love and trust with Marimi Mitakuchi. Aww. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I forgot that they would talk to each other. If he was 100 years old by that point, it was the Edo period when this happened. The game is currently in the, like 1980s, so it was probably like, I don't know what it said, 50 years ago. One that similarly transcended their respective species and understood her feelings, thanking her for introducing Itensai to her. However, Sobae never showed herself to Yumeko again after that. After many twists and turns in their quest for happiness, the spirit of Itensai Shiki, who sacrificed his body— okay, never mind. What the fuck is this? I guess he did lose his body. Who sacrificed his body so that Yumeko could live as a human, has come to dwell in the body of a small dog? What? The fuck? And he continues to enjoy retirement and a quiet life at Yumeko's side in his home in Tokyo to this day. Girl's married to a fucking dog. Even before his retirement, and despite his current form, he remained an active force in the industry, having devoted his time to such things as taking Soda Kiryu— oh, hold on. Wasn't there a part at the beginning of the game where they said, like, there would be a familiar that would, like, take his seat at, like, the police? No, that was a different guy, right? That's the chief of the police force. This guy's not the same thing, I don't think. Get him, hubby! You know. Having devoted his time to such things as taking Soda Kiryu as his protege after discovering his potential. I'm imagining Soto being taught by this tiny dog. And a fucking chihuahua. Assisting with management of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau for old time's sake, and sending Yumeko, who knew of the Bureau and the work she did, to help out as one of its members. Ay ay ay. That was too much for me. I'll take a drink. Well, maybe I remembered correctly. So they said that... Does he have a profile? Or is it the Paranormal Affairs Bureau that had a profile? I don't know where that would be. They said they're like a familiar would take the seat. Hold on. The current chief of Paranormal Affairs is a man named Kuri. Okay, never mind. Different guy. Different guy. I was like, was the familiar actually just him in this dog form? I don't know. It'd be so funny if he just was a dog. Let's move on to the topic of Cersei's curse stone, shall we? Oh, right. Here it is. One of the locals we ran into earlier was planning to use this cursed stone to cause a massacre, so we confiscated it. Goodness, that's far more disturbing than I was imagining. Sounds like you were lucky to escape unscathed. Where is this local now? Fucking dead in the water? Oh, well, I'm afraid she managed to slip away after we took her curse stone. I imagine she's fled the island by this point. Phew! I see. I suppose she won't be able to get up to any mischief without the curse stone, at least. Do you think the storyteller could be the dogman's true form? I don't want to think that. I like the idea of the storyteller just being some weird supernatural being on the outside. He just has a weird superpower that allows him to like see things as if it were a movie or something. And so who was this would-be murderer, and what exactly was she planning to do? Yeah, I kind of assumed he was like a god, basically, too. She said her name was Kikuko Tsui. She didn't have any spirit sense to speak of, though. She tried to use her curse stone to get Avi to tell her what he knew about mermaids, but we managed to fend her off and take it from her. That's right, she had hand mirrors and business cards marked with the symbol that serves as the target for the curse, and handed them out around the island in advance for whatever she needed to activate it. A premeditated crime, in other words, and quite a thorough one, too. That was quite a dangerous position you were in. Yeah, now she's fucking dead in the water. Dead in the water! I'll say, if we hadn't caught on to her attentions, I've no doubt we'd be sleeping with the fishes by now. Not unlike her. Such is the nature of dealing with curses, I'm afraid. You never know when you might end up the target. No need to tell me twice, I've had quite enough of curses by this point. A prudent attitude. A curse's corruption starts from the heart. Indeed, I'll be sure to remember that. Should be swimming with the fishes. Should be swimming with the bitches. Did you learn what this Kikuko was after in the end? To be honest, I wasn't all that sure myself. Apparently she was looking to get her hands on a mermaid to impress some tycoon called Yamashina. It seems he's looking for a way to become immortal. Wow, too bad he'll never get one. What? A tycoon called Yamashina who wants to become immortal? It couldn't be. Oh, you know him? Did she mention where she got the curse stone from? Could Yamashina have given it to her? Actually, it seems that it was someone else. As Kikuko would tell it, she's Yamashina's illegitimate child, but he refused to acknowledge her. While she was pondering ways to gain his approval, this young CEO, his apprentice, swooped in. He offered her a sympathetic ear. And a curse stone to use to accomplish her goal. I think that was the long and short of it. I'm a bug! Oh my god, I'm taking another drink. My sinuses feel full. Well, that's not right. My sinus feels swollen. I can't whiff through my nose right now. Something like that, yeah. What? So there's someone else involved? His name is Kipe Ikoma. It turns out we knew the CEO she was talking about too. We were pretty shocked. So the CEO was the original owner of the cursed stone, was he? What's his name? He's a young man named Kipe Ikoma, although I dare say young isn't the first word that would come to mind when looking at him. What? Kipe Ikoma? They can't be! Huh? You know him too? No, perhaps they simply share a name. The Kipe Ikoma we know should have died 6 years ago. What? 6 years ago? Hold up. Was that the name of the guy? This one? How did I miss that? Hold up. This is Kipe Ikoma? Crazy. Maybe he's a fibber. Maybe he's an absolute freaking liar. Hold up. It said he would have been killed by the same curse, the curse stone he had. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's unrelated. Maybe it is a different, or maybe he's another immortal. Wait. No, he could still be immortal, right? Because they shed their body. It said they shed their original body, right? Basically. Uh, 800 you're immortal. Where's that one? Ay, well, we'll just have to keep playing the game. Huh? Died? What do you mean? Would you mind taking a look at this, Avi? A portrait sketch? Who might this be? The thing is, why would he be looking for info on immortality if he was already immortal? Oh, you're right. Got the big brain thinks this game, Gabe. The Kipe Ikoma you'd know wouldn't happen to look like this, would he? I don't think so. Yeah, I was gonna say, he doesn't look like this at all. Like, look at his eyes. Hold on. This guy's got dead fish eyes, which is actually pretty funny considering considering the game we're playing. Kipe Ikoma? Oh no, he doesn't look like this at all. Yep, this isn't him. I see. What if he's using the name? What if it's just like, I don't know. Why are y'all wanting me to drink so much? I'm gonna fucking piss my pants. Could you give us the curse stone you have, Cersei? Sure, here you go. Imagine if taking curse stones was so easy in the last game. Soto, would you mind taking a look at this one too? Of course. Piss coward. Yeah, I bet you want that. Ah! This is... It'd be a coincidence if you could see, like, all the bugs that the curse has killed. The curse of Tomoshige, it has the power to cleave its target in two. And this is it! The curse from the Toba case! I thought so. What? It's gotten everyone so excited all of a sudden. Avi, I don't know if I'd be holding on to that business card at this point. I'd hand that over right now, I think. I don't think we should have handed it over until we got rid of it. I suppose we should explain. The name of the man in the sketch I showed you is Kipe Ikoma. He was killed 6 years ago and his skeletal remains were recently found in Toba. The cause of his death was a curse, one that kills its victims by slicing through them, bone and all. In other words, it's highly likely he was killed by the curse within this curse stone at the curse of Tomoshige. Huh? Wait, but wouldn't that mean you're telling me that this Kipe Ikoma was killed 6 years ago by a curse wielded by Kipe Ikoma? Yes, in other words, I was thinking either an imposter. Hold up, traveling through time? We do that. We travel through time. Hold up. Wait, how old was this other Kipe? I was guessing imposter, but now that traveling through time is an option, I'm wondering if that's it, because we have had our memories travel through time, but a youth by the name of Kipe. Well, how old? How old was this youth that they found? Because it says the current Kipe is 26. And it could be possible that he... it could be possible. So in that case, if he's not immortal, it could make sense why he's looking for immortality. But how do we explain actual physical time travel? We haven't done that yet. I'm just gonna go imposter. The Kipe Ikoma, you know, the company president, is a different man. He used his curse to kill the real one 6 years ago and assumed his identity. I don't know if that's the answer. You're telling me he isn't the real Ikoma? That was the answer. But it's just like, it kind of doesn't make sense to me, because I don't think assuming the identity of Kipe Ikoma has worked, right? Whenever they were asking around about this guy, they were like, yeah, that's Kipe Ikoma, he's the CEO. Like, that was not anything anybody said. But, I don't know. I see, so that's how it is. In that case, just who is the man calling himself Kipe Ikoma now? I can't say, but it seems he's quite the dangerous fellow. Good thing we managed to take his curse stone, I'll say. Yeah, at the very least, we shouldn't have to worry about him using his curse anymore. By the way, I believe you said this Ikoma is Yoshiatsu Yamashina's apprentice. If that's the case, and Yamashina had someone working for him who had a curse stone, Yamashina have been pulling the strings from behind the scenes? It's possible. We should get in touch with Detective Ide and see if he can't take Yamashina in for questioning. With any luck, he'll be able to detain Ikoma as well. Is something wrong? We kind of already told Ikoma about the Forsaken Fish Curse Stone. He did help us out earlier, after all, it only felt fair. I suppose we can assume that that information has reached Yamashina as well, then. Oh, right. He also asked us to look for a bronze mirror that's used to lift the curse of the raging waves. The Still-Tide mirror, I think. The Still-Tide mirror, eh? Just what could he be planning? Either way, it seems we'll have to keep an eye out for any movement on his end. Maybe having the mirror and the curse stone is a way to reopen the portal to Ryugu, gaining access to infinite mermaids. I almost dropped my controller. We were hoping you could do us a little favor, Cersei. It seems you don't have a mermaid to be searching for anymore, so perhaps you could use that extra time to help us out. What do you think, Gabi? Very well, permission granted. How kind of you. It's nothing strenuous, I assure you. We just want you to find out Kipe Ikoma's current whereabouts, that's all. Oh, so just an ordinary chore there. There? Infinite mermaids but no fish, or infinite bacon but no gabs. What the fuck are you saying? What are those words? We want to focus on getting the curse of the raging waves lifted as soon as possible, you see. It would be a huge help if you could pin him down in the meantime. He's definitely up to something, and most importantly, you know what he looks like. I understood that reference. Oh, damn, tell me. Don't keep me out of the loop. We'll ask a detective from the Mie police to look into things here too. But one can never be too cautious. Both his true identity and goal remain unclear. Be very careful when dealing with him. Okay. Alright. I guess that means we'll have to go back to the mainland for now. We do have some time left before the last ferry is set to sail, I suppose. Okay then. I do want to find out what's going on too. So we'll see what we can do there. It seems we'll be helping you out with your work then, in that case. Please do consider putting in a word on my behalf. Alright, I'll see what I can do. The reference is also a reference. What? We appreciate the help. If you learn anything of note, leave a message at the station, alright? Got it! I suppose we should see about lifting the curse of the raging waves then. Let's get in touch with Detective Ide first. We can find Wakamura after that and see if we can't get him to cooperate. Understood. Let's be on our way then. Back to the fucking storyboard. Oh! Good timeline! What if the third timeline popped up? I'd lose my goddamn mind. Let's think back to what has happened. What has happened up until this point? After calming down Tsukasa, who had the wrong idea after seeing me with Shotaro at the beach. Remember how we were blaming Shotaro, what the fuck? Shorty? Remember how we were blaming Shorty for having the curse that kills? Because, he got turned down by Sato and became an incel? I feel like we might owe him an apology. I explained at the Kantakisha ruins that I was immortal and that Mr. Wakamura was planning to hand me over to someone called Unkakudono. The two of us searched for a way to stop the curse of the raging waves. We also stopped by the Wakamura home to apologize to Shotaro, but no one was there. They would have baited us, so we wouldn't see it was the birthmark lady for reasons I already forgot. I mean, she's kind of the same reason, right? I think it's literally in her profile that, she struggled with a date life. After that, we met with Tsuyu, and I learned about who Mari Midikuchi truly was, as well as how the curse of the raging waves had been kept at bay by the bronze mirror she left behind. We also ran into Asami. He looked desperate, saying the Kamoshimaru hand mirror that Kikuko had given me was dangerous, and he was going around collecting them. Oh, okay, so this has already happened in this timeline. Tsukasa and I handed ours over to him, too. Wait, but we know Tsukasa has something else. Uh-oh. Well, I don't know if it's gonna matter at this point, because Kikuko's fucking dead. Then, after that... But what if the reason the curse stone is the mirror? I mean, the mirror has relevance, I guess, to the story, but it's like, what if it's not the real curse stone? Can't find Mr. Wakamura anywhere. We need to tell him about the bronze mirror as soon as possible. Yeah. Oh! Hmm? It's those two. Oh yeah, they're the ones who were looking for the old man's place. Excuse me? Oh, if it isn't Sato, good timing. I've got something to discuss if you don't mind. Oh, alright. I actually have something to ask myself. Huh? Since when did you two get to know each other? Oh, right. We actually talked a bit after the last time we met. These two are from the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. They're here to lift the curse of the raging waves. Wait, seriously? Since when does the police deal in curses? We're a special unit dedicated to things like this. I hope we can be of help. Hold on. Bird? I gotta look very carefully. I got excited thinking this hole in the wall was a bird. Look at him! He's a little falcon! I don't know if I found all the bird stickers in the last game. I'm sure I've missed some at this point. A buzz boozler. Y'all hear that? Alright, ma'am. Mind if I start from my side then? Oh, not at all. The good news is we figured out how to lift the curse of the raging waves. Really? You have? Oh, seriously? That's huge! The bad news is we need a few things to do it. We're in the middle of tracking them down. If that's the case, let us help you. Yeah, what do we need? Well, the first is called the Still Tide Mirror, a mirror used to hold back the curse of the raging waves. I know where that is! You know where that is? At least I think we do. You do? We just heard about it from Tsuyu Minakuchi. I see. 5 years ago, Mario Minakuchi tried to break the curse with the mirror, but failed. That explains why people blamed her for the Southern Sea disaster. If that mirror from back then is still here, then it is very likely to be the Still Tide mirror. Yes, that was what I wanted to talk to you about. I see. Sounds like the pieces are coming together. Well, that solves that problem. But there's still one more piece we need, a descendant from the Taishima people. I know him! Which likely means Mario Minakuchi's son, Yuzo Minakuchi, would be our best candidate. Yeah, that should work. Do you know where he is now? Not sure. We've been looking too, since we wanted to pass along what Tsuyu told us. Alright, we'll go search for him. Really? That would be a huge help. We'll go and secure the mirror. Time is tight. If we split up, we'll need a point of contact in case we can't find each other. Could one of you stay in one place and handle communications between us? Good plan. Could one of you take that on? A point of contact? What the? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we're still missing stuff. I was gonna say me, but now I'm curious as to who the other one could be. I'll do it. Oh, really? Thanks, Sato. Where should we make the meeting spot? Feeling that one chick pretty much checkpoint to continue the bigger trouble, huh? Uh-oh. How about the community hall on Chuo Street? There's also a phone there we could use. Got it. I'll be waiting there, so call if anything comes up. Thank you. That'll be a big help. A big help. Alright then, we'll retrieve the bronze mirror first, then track down Yuzo Minakuchi and work on lifting the curse. Okay then, Sato. Good luck. If I find Yuzo, I'll pass along what Tsuyu told us. Please do. I'll be waiting here if you need anything. Oh, that one's not done. Of course that was not done. Of course! Which makes me wonder, are we missing something in this timeline here? Because these line up. I'm gonna go back to Arnav's and see what could be different. So somehow this still isn't done. Oops! It threw me back out. I don't remember being able to have a different interaction. Better Shikiko. Oh! Oh, I guess I could just not do it. Maybe. How much time do I have? Oh, I'm a bug. I'm not a bug. Well, I guess I'm still a bug. I'm just gonna sit here. Alright, I'm gonna shove her in the water, and I'm not gonna use the curse. Alright, problem solved. There's no time to waste. She can climb out any second. Nope. Time to die. It's okay, I'm fine. Nothing bad happened. She came back out of the water. What if this is the canon ending? Avi was supposed to die here. That'd be crazy. Yeah, I don't think that changed anything, actually. Ah, the storyteller, it was just a joke. It was just a joke! I was just joshing. Hi, wee biscuit. How you doing? Get me out of here. I don't know what could be done any different there. That gives me a different ending. Curious. Curious indeed. Because it had me skip ahead and take a mirror, right? So what else could I do different? We'll worry about that later. The only thing I could think about is not rummage around in my bag. Maybe that was one thing. Or maybe I just need knowledge from the future. There you are. You're Yuza Minakuchi, correct? That's me. I was told to come here, so here I am. Huh? Were you sent here too, Azami? Oh, me? No, I was just passing by when I heard about what was going on, so I decided to wait here for you. Thanks, Azami. As I understand it, you're the two brave police officers who were sent out here from Tokyo to deal with the curse of the raging waves. Brave? I wouldn't go that far. My name is Yumeko Shiki, and this is Soto Koryo. Pleased to meet you. Am I mistaken, or did the two of you visit Kamishima yesterday as well? It almost seemed as if you ran away at the sight of me. Did I do something to scare you off? Dear me, you noticed us, did you? My apologies. I will explain everything shortly. It was merely a jest, storyteller. I'm just joshing. But before I forget, that fellow over there has business with you as well, Yuza. Huh? Ah, I knew it would be Wakamura. He was fairly suspicious of us at first, but it seems we have finally earned his trust. He has kindly agreed to assist us in putting an end to the curse of the raging waves. Wait, really? Really? But tell me, is it true you're already familiar with this curse? That's what your friend here told us. Yeah, more or less. Good, then it seems we're all up to speed. Bird? Wakamura, move your fat head. I'm looking for birds, damn it. Have you seen one? I don't see any! Everybody is surrounding me and stressing me out. What fun music. Alright, yes ma'am. To be frank, I have a favor I'd like to ask of you as soon as possible. But I understand you must have questions, so we'll come back to that later. For now, ask me anything you'd like. Oh, okay. Well, apparently I can't ask you a damn thing. I have nothing further to add. I imagine this isn't easy for you, but I appreciate your cooperation. Right. Yuza, what's up with you? That reminds me. That's Yuza. I'm Yuza. Azami? Any luck with those hand mirrors, Azami? No worries there. I got them all back. Every last one? You must be the fastest mirror collector in Japan. I knew I could count on you. Thanks, Azami. Welcome back, Gab. Oh? Are you talking about the mirrors Kikuko Tsutsui was handing out earlier? Huh? How'd you know? I, realized they were dangerous, so I had Azami collect them all. Really? Does this mean you figured out they were the targets of a curse? Wait, you knew about that? So it was true! What's the deal with these things anyway? Whoa. I see. So these curse stones can be used to kill people instantly. But since Kikuko's curse stone was confiscated, the danger's passed. Phew, what a relief. What I want to know is how you found out that Kikuko intended to use those hand mirrors as the targets of a curse to begin with. Well, listen to this. About that. I'm not sure you'll believe me, but we just gonna stay with Wakamura standing right here too? Does he need to know all that? What? You've encountered a Tomokazuki while you were diving and it showed you a vision? I guess he's just here. You know what? He knows about Sato being immortal. Nothing matters anymore. That's the long and short of it. Any idea what this means? Paranormal encounters are your area of expertise, after all. I have known instances of phenomena capable of instilling memories. However, your experience does not seem to fit with any of them. The closest thing I could think of was that he got possessed by his own ghost. Hold up. That almost sounds like Kipe Ikoma, maybe. Because they were saying that, like, whenever you're possessed by a ghost, right? Like, your actions can basically be indiscernible from how you would normally react, but, you know, you are possessed. So who knows? Okay, I'll take another drink. The more I said it as a joke, but now it seems like that could actually probably be possible. You're not hydrating me. I'm drinking caffeine. Oh, okay, bye, Fed. Thanks for coming. I wonder why the thing looked like you. That's the strangest part in my book. Hold up. You don't think this Tomokazuki would be a kind of curse, do you? It is true that some curses are accompanied by phantoms known as cursed echoes. Yet as the apparition Yuza encountered warned him of impending danger, it seems unlikely to have been a product of a harmful curse. That being said, I'm afraid I cannot begin to guess its true nature. Gab, what do you think with my theory? Being possessed by his own ghost. Well, at least that hand mirror curse is dealt with. That's a load off our minds. Right, but we're not done yet. One calamity down, one to go. Oh yeah, guess we can't relax till the curse of the raging waves is broken too. Oh, hold on, we were done with that. Alright, Mr. Wakamura, what do you think? So you found out about the curse of the raging waves then, eh, boy? That was similar to what we said last stream, being possessed by your own ghost. But I'm talking about, like, for Kipe Ikoma, too. Yeah, to an extent, anyway. I always figured your mother was behind it, and that she was descended from the raiders, but... Wait, really? That's why you blame my mom for the disaster? Well, you had it all wrong. Turns out she's a descendant of the Taishima Islanders, the victims. Seems you know more than you're letting on. Oh, no, that's just what Gran said. So you know about this too, eh? Suppose I should have known. But see here, your mother tried to end the curse 5 years ago and failed, didn't she? If that's what brought on the disaster, I wasn't far off after all, was I? Okay. But be that as it may, I still owe you an apology for pinning the curse on your mother all this time. Especially seeing as she was the one who found the bronze mirror and held the curse back for us. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. That's nice to hear. Good on you, Mr. Wakamura. At least you can admit when you made a mistake. Yeah, technically, the storm 5 years ago was because of your mom, so I wasn't that far off. When your own instructor comes along and tells you to change your views, what choice do you have? Instructor? Are you talking about that sorcerer friend of yours? That's right, we discovered the sorcerer's identity. From there, it wasn't too difficult to reach an understanding. That's how we earned this fellow's cooperation as well. Seems I misjudged you. If my instructor says you're the real deal, then I reckon you must be. But just to be sure now, you do have a way to end this curse of the raging waves, yes? I can trust you on that? Yes, there are still a few points we need to confirm, but it's guaranteed to work. If that's true, then I suppose I won't be needing Uka Kodono's help anymore. Uka Kodono? You mean to say that Yamashina was has known of a way to break the curse all along? Well, you know about Uka Kodono too, eh? Uka Kodono, blah, 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 blah. As a matter of fact, just yesterday he told me out of the blue he'd found a way to end it. He said he'd tell me what it was on the condition I brought him Sato Shiranami. Huh, informative. Information he got from Ikoma, I have no doubt. And asked for the girl, I see. shifty eyes. And you were prepared to hand her over. Isn't she a relative of yours? Huh. So what if I was? That ain't got nothing to do with you. If you say so. In any case, the information Yamashina had for you must be the same as what we had to share. So there's no longer any need for you to betray your own kin. I'll hold you to that. What a dick. All the same, I'm not sure. Is something else troubling you? According to you, when Mari Minakuchi failed to break the curse, it brought the disaster 5 years ago, but... Is that really the truth? What are you getting at? Well, if the still-tied mirror worked as it should, there wouldn't have been no disaster, would there? That only leaves one possibility, don't it? That the Raging Waves curse bearer was stirring up trouble. He might be onto something. By curse bearer, I assume you mean a descendant to the curse of... excuse me, I can't fucking read all of a sudden. Just like always. I assume you mean a descendant to the Raiders of Taishima. Exactly. If someone of that lineage got anywhere near the Southern Sea, the wrath of the Taishima would churn up those waters into a maelstrom. Didn't we find out... Who was it? Who could have been the curse bearer, or the raider of Taishima? The descendant. Because I could have sworn it was brought up at one point, and then we found out that the mom wasn't a descendant of the raider, but of an islander. Maybe that was all we found out. If someone of that lineage got anywhere near the Southern Sea, the wrath of Taishima would churn up those waters into a maelstrom. Anyhow, my instructor swears that the true cause of the disaster 5 years ago, and I'm inclined to agree. So that's your theory, is it? Now I understand why you suspected Mari Minakuchi's heritage. Who else was involved? Because it was... What if it's Azami? What if it was Azami's dad? No, I don't know if that would work, because I assumed he lived on the island, right? So if that was the case, then the curse would have been going crazy, maybe. Unless it was because Sato... No, Sato... This was 5 years ago. Sato came back relatively recently, right? Though I gathered this instructor of yours never actually accused her of being the curse bearer. True. Never was sure on that point, said we couldn't be certain, given how it'd been 5 years and all. But all things considered, who could blame me for being suspicious of her? Ouch! No one knew where she came from. I don't wish to doubt your instructor, but I'm not sure how much water... What the fuck, hello? How much water this theory holds. Slack, how's it going? I almost pee-peed myself because of that. That scared me. How you doing? It's been a while. Yeah, we cannot rule it out entirely, given what we know of this sorcerer's powers. Sorcerer's powers. So you're skeptical, eh? Not as if you have a better idea, though, is it? While you do have a point, the issue remains. If Mari wasn't the curse bearer, who else could it have been? Well, I can't say I figured it out yet, but what if it was him? Sorry to interrupt, but I have something to say. Yes? Assuming my mom wasn't the Raging Waves curse bearer, I have a theory. See, I've read over the reports of the incident again and again, and there's something I noticed. It was my dad! But that would imply Tsuyu was also descendant, right? You always ended up barely missing. That's okay. Oh, and what that... But... And what might that be? Goodness. Well... I highly doubt this isn't the work of a curse. Is probably unlikely. If it's not the mom... What the fuck? Another possible cause of what? Okay, well, it wants me to read the incident report, so I'll go see what it's trying to talk about here. 3 fishing vessels. Parents Tosuke Minakuchi, Mari Minakuchi, Azami Kumoi's father, Kyokichi Kumoi. Among the victims... Hi, Snackter! Fisherman Amadiver's memory lost, the sole survivor Yuza appeared relatively composed. Azami Kumoi himself, having lost his father in the accident, tried to support him however he could, reasoning that he was still better off than Yuza, who had lost both his parents. Questions arose what the Minakuchi family had been doing in the vicinity of the disaster despite not having gone out to fish. Yuza only remembered his parents telling him to come with them. It was not long before speculation began that Maru Minakuchi had done something. In contrast, only words of sympathy were said for her husband. Suya Minakuchi sent him away from the island. Is this... What am I missing? Feelings of animosity towards Maru Minakuchi remain deeply ingrained in the people of Kamishima, with the truth of the accident still shrouded in mystery. Coochie? What? If the storm is localized, I feel like it's definitely the curse. Localized entirely within my kitchen. Do we have any notes for Kyokichi and Kumoi? I don't think we do. Kumoi. Oops. Kumoi. His father was a fisherman. Mom an Amadiver. Azami has a brother? I don't think there's anything that implies that he's not from the island. What the hell is Yuza noticing? I don't know. Right over the reports of the incident. Is there a different report I'm missing here? Ay ay ay. Fishing vessels was one. I don't think it mentions all the other 11... Hold on. Maybe the curse doesn't like captains. Not a single body was discovered. Captain Kyokichi Kumoi, gone. Captain Yukiji Nishikawa and one passenger. Nishikawa. Kosuke Minakuchi. Minakuchi Maru. So what is this other one? Nishikawa. Do we have a Nishikawa mentioned anywhere? Nishikawa, no? No Nishi? Has anybody else in chat realized something that I haven't noticed yet? I wonder. See, the mystery is that my dad is mentioned, but he doesn't have a profile. Assuming my mom wasn't the Raging Waves curse bearer, I have a theory. There's something I noticed. The only thing I could think of is that there's plenty of other suspects. That person was on board. It could be on the fucking Minakuchi Maru, my dad. I just don't think it's him. Let me see what the other ones were. I could sit here and blame Azami's father, maybe. Ome Maru founded Yukiji Nishikawa. I'm gonna bring attention to that one because it says there was a passenger whose identity is unknown. So there was a strange person on the boat at the same time. I'm gonna go ahead and just do that one. Omemaru. I remember reading that the identity of one of the passengers aboard the Omemaru was unknown. Could they have been the curse bearer? Interesting. I got it. Well, Mr. Wakamura, what do you know of this mysterious individual? Omemaru? That was Yukiji Nishikawa's boat. As I recall, according to the departure declaration, the Omemaru had taken someone on board, someone in business on the mainland who had research to do. But as no name was given, no one had a clue who they were. Oh, I thought the point of these declarations was to keep a record in case of an accident. Sounds to me like someone was careless. Can't deny that. So this passenger was never identified. No, but mind you, eyewitness reports say that when the Omemaru set sail that day, the captain was alone on board. So maybe he picked them up from the mainland, or maybe they never boarded to begin with. Who's to say? But do you think it's possible this person could have been the curse bearer? Could be. If it wasn't Mare, it'd make for a hell of a coincidence, though. Unfortunately, since this Nishikawa fellow isn't around, there's no way to find out. Well, so much for that. What was all that about, then? Well, I've already apologized, so I can't say much concerns me anymore. All I care about now is putting an end to the curse of the raging waves. Okay. Alright, what about you? Regarding that being you encountered, Yusa, what you called the Tomokazuki. Well, it does seem to resemble the Tomokazuki featured in the folklore of this region. I suspect it was something else entirely. Oh? Why? What are the Tomokazuki anyway? They are both the spirits of Almadivers who were lost beneath the waves in the past, and malevolent spirits born of the fear Almadivers harbored towards accidents at sea. Oh? Shouldn't you be out exercising them then? The latter type of spirit is the most numerous. So long as these fears persist, they will always return. However, they do not possess sufficient power to cause real harm. So long as you carry the proper charms, they cannot affect you. So those same endowment symbols aren't just for show, huh? What big talk? I thought you were going to talk more about it. Indeed, that is why I cannot but wonder what it is you truly encounter down there. Oh, I guess because he has them on his outfit. So if they're not supposed to pop up, is that the implication that they shouldn't even appear before you if you've got those markers on you? Where shall we begin? 400 years ago, an Onmyoji sealed the entrance to Ryugu in an attempt to contain the curse of the raging waves. It left behind instructions as to how to use the curse, on how the curse could be broken after 400 years has elapsed. There are 3 steps that must be followed. Now I kind of wonder what those spots on her neck are supposed to mean. Maybe she's decaying. Just 3, huh? I thought we were at the storyboard. First, thou must unbind my seal risen from the depths within the iron box. Second, thou must offer the still-tide mirror bequeathed by the sacrifice of the sanctuary. Third, let those who share blood with the lost souls of Taishima be the ones to offer appeasement. That should be the wording, if I remember correctly. Let's consider each of the steps in turn. First, as to the iron box, that refers to the container in which these instructions were kept. It surfaced when the entrance to Ryugu was unsealed. It stands to reason that the seal mentioned in the first step must also have appeared somewhere. What is the seal, anyway? It's the Onmyoji's own symbol, the same symbol used to seal the entrance to Ryugu. This is what it looks like. I expect we find a mark identical to the map somewhere on the seafloor. It still looks like the curse one, but maybe not. That marked location is likely the sanctuary mentioned of the second step. It should be in the vicinity of Kamishima. That would make it somewhere near the place where I went diving this morning. What are they saying? I don't think I registered a single fucking thing they actually said to my brain. Hold on. Mark identical on this map somewhere on the seafloor. Did we see anything on the seafloor? We saw a hole. We could probably go down there. I don't think I saw anything, to be quite honest. Now I'm curious. but I don't remember seeing a seal anywhere. Maybe you'd better search again just to be sure. You want me to do that right now? Agreed. This is our best lead, and that area would be the most likely place to discover it. Guess this calls for another diving trip then, huh? That may be, but let's discuss the remaining steps first. Oh, hold on. They told me to wait before I go fucking jumping it back into the ocean in a different chapter. Yeah, but it specifies they're looking for the seal, like a mark, basically. The second step centers around the still-tide mirror bequeathed by the sacrifice. That's got to be the mirror Mitakuchi found, which we have just retrieved from the shrine in the bay. From what I heard, that mirror has been holding the curse in check all these years. That's right, and now it must be offered to the sanctuary. The former site of the Taishima sanctuary should lie in that area. Perhaps this is the location we seek. In that case, I reckon the hole where I encountered the Tomokazuki is the likely spot. Okay, well that was the answer to a different question. After all, it only appeared a few months back. I can't think of anywhere else it could be. That does seem likely. The only problem is there's no way through. Yeah, anytime I try and swim down there, it fucking, sends me into a bad ending. Huh? How's that? Oh, there's a powerful current in there. Going too far, it'll drag you down to the depths in an instant. It does not strike me as a natural phenomenon. It is possible the sanctuary lies within. And perhaps must one have the still-tide mirror in hand to pass through safely. That makes sense. And it seems the way forward is clear, as long as the first two steps are concerned. Right, that just leaves the third. Is the first step even done? The final instruction stipulates that a descendant of the Taishima Islanders must carry out these tasks, meaning you, Yuza. So that's why I was called here, huh? First, I'll need to find the seal on the seafloor and unbind it. After that, how do we unbind it? All that's left is to take the still-tide mirror through that hole and offer it to the sanctuary. We're counting on you, Yuza. If you pull this off, the curse of the raging waves should be broken for good. Let's hop to it, then! I'll take you out on the boat. Thanks, Izami. Sounds like this is a job for the patron saint of diving. The patron saint? Who are you talking about? Don't worry about it. It's a private joke. Alright, back on the boat we go. Am I doing that now? Am I allowed to just go? Oh, but before you go, I have one last question to ask you, Yuza. Oh, and what would that be? Leave him alone, Baku. Well, how should I put this? It's a delicate subject. Mind if I have a private word? She's gonna bring attention to the fact that he's immortal. Huh? So, what did you want to talk about? Just so we're clear, if you're looking to grow pearls, I don't know anything about that. That would require delicate handling, but that's not what I meant. Yuza, when you got caught in that disaster 5 years ago, did you by chance encounter a mermaid? Huh? Do I ignore that? Sure, I'll answer the question. Yeah, I did. I did? But how did you know that about... how did you know about that? Get of you to tell the truth. That makes this easier. As for how I know, that would be because it's the only possible explanation. Meaning? Come now, Yuza. I don't think I will. A mermaid has cursed you with immortality. You're an 800-year immortal. What? You can't hide the truth from me. Those eyes don't lie. I assume it occurred during the disaster 5 years ago. You must have nearly died. She said you can't hide it from me. Hide what part? He seems to still be acting like he didn't know that. But then you were revived by a mermaid and made immortal. Surely you must have realized this by now. Yeah, okay, never mind. You got me. I'm an immortal boy with an undying body. Why did this happen to you, I wonder? I wish I knew. If you can tell me more about it, would you mind filling me in? I suppose that's only fair. What would you like to know? Mermaids. I was wondering, does me being an immortal have anything to do with my mom? I mean, is there any chance she could have been a mermaid? None whatsoever. Aw. Aw. In all likelihood, you received your immortality from the Mermaid Sobai. You see, Mari Minakuchi was the descendant of the clan that was tasked with escorting Sobai back to Ryugu. That much I'm certain of. Is that why she tried to break the curse of the raging waves 5 years ago? I can only assume so, however, as the seal over the entrance to Ryugu has yet to break. Things didn't go as planned. Does this mean Sobaya could still be nearby? Maybe she's living in the sea around Kamishima. I'm afraid there's little chance of that. See, when the entrance to Ryugu was unsealed 3 months ago, Sobaya would have been able to return home. Oh, well, I guess that means Mom's duty was fulfilled in the end. That's something at least. Mermaids. Do you know of any way I can meet this mermaid? You don't give up easily, huh? Are you another mermaid fan? Another fan? Those foreigners who visited the island recently were also very keen on meeting a mermaid. Oh, you mean that author and his young guide? Sure do. You've spoken with them, I take it. Actually, no. I've never met them. But I saw them when I had that vision. Is that so? Well, all I can tell you is the same thing I told them. Meeting a mermaid is no longer possible. Does that mean there's no way to visit Ryugu either? The thing is, Ryugu is pretty close to what is typically referred to as the afterlife. Typically. You might say it's the space between our world and the land of the dead. And there's no way to travel there? Not at all? Sorry, no. You'll just have to accept that. What if the hole in the water is the portal to Ryugu? I am immortal, so I will be fine. Nope. That answer gets me nowhere now. Earlier you said a mermaid cursed me. What exactly did you mean by that? Just what it sounds like. For 800 years, you'll be incapable of aging or dying. What is that but a curse? Your very existence defies the laws of nature. You can hardly be termed human. You are now an anomalous being, something closer to a spirit. Though for that matter, I'm in no position to talk. Still, I do feel sorry for you. What possessed her to curse you, a mere child? I should like to know. Well, maybe she just didn't want the fucking daughter of her best friend. The child. The son of her best friend to die. I don't know. I always thought that mermaid saved my life. Was I wrong? Well, that depends on how you look at things. Personally, I wouldn't call what she did saving you at all. In the end of the day, she saddled you with existence worse than death. Is it that terrible? It's only been 5 years. The people around you probably think you're a late bloomer. But given it another decade or two, and your static appearance will start to stand out. Does that mean their hair doesn't grow or anything either? I wonder if anything about them still grows. Because if their body doesn't grow, does their hair grow? Do their nails grow? And should you ever meet with a would-be fatal accident in public, it's all over for you. If your immortal nature is exposed, you'll be bombarded with public scrutiny at best. At worst, you'll be captured and experimented on. Either way, from that moment on, you'll never be able to lead a normal life in human society again. Humans have always coveted immortality. Countless dream of it, even today. Couldn't they just get really good at making, at makeup to look like they're getting older? That's only gonna last so long. You make yourself look like you're 90 and then what? Pretend you died and another child popped up that looks just like you. But the reality is, only the first few decades of your existence are bound to be enjoyable. It's only going to get harder for you as time goes on. Humans were never meant to live for hundreds of years, and lifespan that long is unendurable. And speaking as a member of law enforcement, the existence of immortal beings must be kept hidden, or all sorts of problems can arise. Problems? Like what? Well, it's not easy to keep a lid on these things these days, and it doesn't take much to incite a panic or start a war. Just last year, there was that ruckus over the right of resurrection, if you'll remember. Suffice to say, whenever I track down an 800-year immortal, I can't just leave them be. What are you saying? Are you going to arrest me? Ordinarily, I would. Protocol dictates that I capture any 800-year immortal I find and seal them in an underground vault. Damn! Do I get any food at least? That sucks. That's the fate I was thinking of when I mentioned that being immortal is an existence worse than death. Don't worry, I've got no intention of taking you anywhere just yet. You're a special case. The way I see it, you're essentially the victim here. Not to mention, I need your help breaking the curse of the raging waves. So it seems like we'll have to find a way to compromise. I don't know why, but you're looking for information about mermaids as well, right? Well, now I don't want to fucking do anything. I'll just run away. There's no way to travel there? Nope, I already read that one. She continued about mermaids, so I thought that's what we were going to talk about. Well, for starters, mermaids aren't meant to interfere in the lives of mortals. Even their kind don't approve of that. Really? In fact, generally speaking, creating an 800-year immortal is flat out forbidden. Despite that, Sobaya made you immortal. In other words, this mermaid went out of her way to place a curse on you. I guess that settles it. Her intent was to save me. Wasn't to save me, after all. Exactly. I was hoping you'd be able to tell me what made her go that far. But it turns out you're just as clueless as I am. Yep. Then we all know for sure, then all we know for sure is that something happened between Sobaya and your mother that day. And that led to you being made immortal. Whether that was simply to save your life or for some other reason, there's unfortunately no way of knowing. How did that even happen? Because I thought, like, did she have a box and then cut a piece of her flesh and put it in there? And then feed it to him? Like, I don't understand. Maybe he's immortal through some other means. There's something else that's been bugging me. Can mermaids create 800-year immortals at will? As in, you don't really have to... Okay, well... Y'all, I'm just telling y'all that I'm some sort of fucking psychic because this happens every fucking game I play. As in, you don't really have to eat their flesh? Actually, you do. You can't become immortal without ingesting a bit of mermaid flesh, even if it is just a tiny piece. However, it's not as simple as cutting off a slice. Mermaid flesh withers away the moment it's severed and loses all its efficacy. Efficacy? Efficiny. I don't know what that fucking word was. Did I say it right the first time? In order for a mermaid to create an immortal of their own volition, she would have to allow a human to bite her directly. Oh, vampire. How could that happen without the human's consent? I mean, I was barely conscious when I became an undead boy. I mean, an 800-year immortal. Like I said, even the tiniest piece, a mere scrap of their tail, would do the trick. You can move someone's jaw while they're unconscious and get them to bite. It's not impossible. Oh, damn. Guess it's a lot more forceful than I was imagining. So all you have to do is bite a living mermaid and you become immortal? Pretty much, though I assume few mermaids would consent to that. So that's how it works. But if the flesh has been severed, ingesting it wouldn't extend your lifespan at all, huh? That's right, ordinarily anyway. Ordinarily? You mean there's an exception? If a mermaid's flesh is cut within the confines of Ryugu, it won't wither away, it just grows back. Huh. Huh. Well, I've got you here, I guess I might as well ask. Is there no way to reverse immortality? You wouldn't be the first 800-year immortal to seek that possibility. So he's been to Ryugu then? I think it was maybe implying that that little hole is possibly the entrance to Ryugu, so if that's where he was, you know, during the last storm, maybe? But unfortunately, the answer is no. The moment you became immortal, you lose your mortal form. For good. I see. The 5-year accident. When you say it like that, it sounds like it's its own curse. The 5-year accident. There's no way for an 800-year immortal to die, other than waiting for their lifespan to end. No. It is simply impossible. That is what makes it a curse. Not that I want to experiment, but what would happen if, say, I threw my body into a furnace or a vat of acid? The instant it resulted in death, you would begin to reform, starting from the part of you with the largest remaining piece of your heart. Every other part of you would then vanish. No matter how beyond repair your body becomes, it will be healed when you resurrect. I see. On the other hand, you won't be healed if your injuries aren't fatal, no matter how badly hurt you are. For example, taking the furnace scenario you mentioned. If your body remained in the furnace after you resurrected, you would burn to death again and revive again and so on in an endless cycle. All while fully conscious. Shit, this sounds like hell. My advice, be very careful not to fall into any bottomless pits. Alright, I'll be sure to keep that in mind if I ever go near one. By the way, you mentioned I'd resurrect from the part around my heart. What is this diagram we're using now? Does that mean if my head was cut off, only my body would regenerate? Well, yes, that should be the case. But what would happen to my consciousness, my memories, my thoughts? All of that is stored in the brain, isn't it? This is the fucking ego death shit that Ajin was going through. Because Ajin was like, if you're decapitated, it's the same thing. So if you're decapitated, your head would regrow from the body. Unless somehow the body is dealt with and the head is the next largest thing. But that would mean that the body that's reformed has its own memories. Which is like technically ego death. It's true death for an immortal in that case. It's the same person every time. Yeah, but your consciousness ends. Baku, your consciousness as you know it would just end. It's just now there's a copy of you with the exact same memories and experience. That's a tough one. As I mentioned, every part of you except the one that resurrects will vanish. Yeah, you just end. So it seems likely that everything inside your head, including your consciousness, would vanish too. That can happen? Does that mean my regenerated body would have an entirely new consciousness? Well, it seems 800-year immortals do sometimes have fuzzy memories after they resurrect. But I've never known anyone who tried what you're describing. It's possible your consciousness would be reinstated, carrying over just as it was before. Reinstated? So you... No, it's equally possible that would be divided or become a new entity. There's no way to know unless you decide to test it out yourself. Want to try it? Divided, huh? Divided, huh? I guess that could explain... So somehow his divided consciousness through a previous death, or a future death even. In that case, that would imply that in this game at least, the memories merged. But instead of merging to a new formed body, it merged into a past time. That would be very interesting. Or... Sato's threat wouldn't work on someone stupid. Saying Sato now is kind of funny considering that this game also has its own Sato. ReZero hard mode. Look, I wish I could make this easier on you. There's nothing I can do. Yeah. Still, as long as you stay put on this island and keep a low profile, I'm prepared to leave you be. You've managed to keep your immortality a secret for 5 years now, after all. Thank you. I swear I'll do everything in my power not to get found out, so please, don't arrest me. Yeah, that sounds terrible. But I'm curious, what were you intending to do if you found a way to meet Silbae? Honestly, at first, I just wanted to thank her for saving me, but... After what you've told me, that's changed. How so? Well, now I'm more curious to hear about why she decided to make me an 800-year immortal, and about what happened with my mom that day. Can't say I blame you. And I understand where you're coming from, but it just can't be done. Even if I can't meet her, is there some way I could learn the truth? Well, you can't ask her directly or communicate with her in any way. But you know, I heard you have no memory of the incident 5 years ago, is that true? Huh? Well, yeah, the doctors reckon it's because of the shock. It could be. Because he died! I don't fucking know. Even my memories of meeting a mermaid are hazy. Then isn't it possible Silbae told you something that day? If so, the memory of what you heard must be buried in the depths of your subconscious. If I can find a way to remember it, but I wouldn't even know where to start, or how to start. Where would I find my memory of a mermaid? It's throwing a huge ass fucking hint at me, apparently. I don't know. The only piece of advice I have for you is to think back, delve into your memories, and scour them from corner to corner. Alright, everybody, we gotta go experiencing through every fucking chapter in the goddamn game. Think about it. You must have encountered somebody before. All you need to do is locate your memory of that time. You want to do that right now? Okay. Alright then. We'd better head back or your friend will start to wonder what's happened to you. Right. Thanks for answering my questions. Welcome, Mura is still here. Welcome back! Everything okay, Yuza? Of course. If it wasn't, I'd have to make a dramatic entrance. Yeah. Glad to see your usual oddbod self. Oddbod? What would an oddbod look like, Theo? Guess there's nothing to worry about then. An oddbod would be like those little plush toys that have the huge ass bodies and tiny heads. Well, I dare say that covers everything we needed to discuss. It's time for the two of you were on your way. That curse won't break itself. Come on, Yuza. The future of Kamishima is riding on you. Right, I'll do everything I can. Yuza, if you end this curse, I'll see to it that the rumors about you go away and that you'll be held as the hero of Kamishima. So get it done. So get her done. You hear that, Yuza? This is our chance to clear your name for good. I burped doing that. It was a very solid one, and I think I almost threw up doing it. Sounds like a fair deal. You can count on me, Mr. Wakamura. Alright, Yuza. I'm Yuza. Alright, Azami. Ready to roll, Yuza? You got that bronze mirror with you? Yep, I got it right here. Ready whenever you are. Guess you better start by finding the seal that needs to be unbound or whatever. Right, I'll start by searching the area around the hole I found last time. Good luck, Yuza. I'll be waiting right here. Alright, fun time. Time to go! Bloop. Alright, around the hole. There's something all the way across. Wow, what a coinky dink. We found it. Hold up. I found it. Oh, hold on. I'm coming back. Do I have to go tell Azami or do I just swim? June, hello!
Fucking cheeseburger.
How you doing? Azami, I found it. The seal's been dealt with, but have you taken another look at the hole you found? Oh, okay, well, I guess they're just fucking get it done. Well, the symbol is apparently the same as what's on the map. But anyway, welcome everybug! How are you all doing? How was your stream? I'm playing Paranormasight. Oh, Final Fantasy Rebirth, let's go. But I might be close to the end, I'm not too sure. So don't get spoiled, everybug. Alright, time to go swimming in our hole. Looks like that powerful current has receded. Whoa, there's fishing? Yeah, there's like a little fishing minigame. I don't know the end goal, but there's definitely a little gathering minigame you can do. But I hope you had a great time. Welcome, everybody. My name is hanayome.live. Oh, fuck, I said my last name that I've been trying to retire for such a long time. Ignore that last part. My name is Hanayome. I'm an orchid mantis. We're playing Paranormasight. What is this, Curse of the Mermaid or something like the Mermaid's Curse? The second one. You found Yuffie, let's go! If you don't know what Paranormasight is a suspense, thriller, horror, visual novel series. That's pretty good. If you like the nonary games and stuff like that, I would definitely recommend it. I'm a little tired. I should be able to make it through now. Only one way to find out. He fucking drowns. But yeah, we're pretty far into Paranormasight too, so if you don't want to be spoiled, please head on out. We just see the storyteller's like corpse floating here. Oh. Hold on, let me think to myself. Place feels vaguely familiar. Have I been here before? Maybe I'm just imagining things. This is where I was at the beginning of the game. Alright, let's keep going. Oh yeah, thank you for the follow. Why didn't I get the follow notification? I'm so scared I'm gonna look behind me and see, like, the Tomokazuki or something. Storyteller. We're gonna see Sato just staring at me again. This place feels vaguely familiar. I was wondering if you would keep thinking different things. But yeah, the bot is supposed to be... It's supposed to be doing chat notifications if I get a donation, because for some reason the prompts haven't been popping up, or the alerts. So I don't know why it's doing follows now. Yeah, I don't know. I think... Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, thank you for the follow, Thano. There's a tunnel here. Is this the right way? It's a good thing that I'm immortal. Do you think he died while in that tunnel? There's an open space here, but it's pitch dark. Could this be the sanctuary? Good thing I brought my flashlight. Let's see. This place sounds spooky! I'm gonna piss my pants! There, now I can see. I have to have a good look around. We're seeing like 5 corpses. Bird! No, wait, that's a mockingbird. How did it get down here? Maybe it's a kind of spirit being that appears in reaction to something. I like how, like, we literally found a mockingbird sticker under the water, so I like how this one, oh, look at that. We're only missing 7. 7. Oh, it's the first one, the jiving Javis. These are finches. I think. I don't know what a Javis is. Yeah, we got 2 birds. 2 bird for 1 sticker. My theory is that it's still the storyteller who's putting these up. Right, deeper, left. What does this mean? This is scary. Behind. If I turn around, all I can see is the way I came through. This would be to the left of the entrance, I think. Nothing here, though. Okay, no left. It's hard to get my bearings, but I think this is the right. Nothing here but a wall. Oh, Lord, thank you for the dono! Thank you so much! Y'all know my next goal is to get a wrap for my car, right? Thank you very much. It is working. I just don't... Oh, hold on. The reason I'm not getting alerts, though... So whenever you donated, Jeffrey should have been jumping up and down, which I can't actually confirm. But he should have been doing that. Did anybody see if he jumped up and down? My little thing at the bottom left. But I don't know how to get it to say... I don't know how to get it to work as an alert. So I have to get an actual alert set up in Stream Elements. Wait, Stream? Yeah, Stream Elements. Since that's where the donation is going through. What happens if I turn the light off? I pee myself. Sound gets all scary. What if there's a bad ending? You get jump scared. Yo, this is scary. Could I get a PNG shaken viciously instead? Hold on. No, you didn't see Jeffrey jump up and down? Uh-oh. That'd be very awkward. Considering I've had that for like a year or so. Ah! Scary! Hold on! Ay, ay, ay. Does that... Ooh! Does that work? Ay, ay, ay. Everybug, can you see? Bro, this is spooky. Hold up. Gotta move my chat boxes over. know why I'm not, like... What's the word? I almost said supernaturally suspicious. That's not... What is that? What is the word whenever you believe in the supernatural? I don't believe in that. But, like, I don't believe ghosts are gonna come out and grab me, but for some reason, being in, like, an enclosed space, specifically in the dark, like, it's not necessarily claustrophobia because it's the two of those things combined. So being in the dark in a small space just scares the shit out of me. It looks like there's a... Like, it looks like the walls and shit are warping too. It's creepy. I don't like it. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Huh? I'm sure I saw something just now. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Who are you? This way should take me further in. Huh? Does it look like the mermaid from the Curse of the Forsaken Fish? But I guess it was a different color technically, now that I think about it. Because I think the Curse of the Forsaken Fish, the mermaid, was like a lionfish. It was red. No, maybe not. I guess it does look blue or purple. Spooky! That stone archway over there. Could that be the entrance to Ryugu? I should take a closer look. Fucking shit myself. What is it gonna do? Kill me? Little does it know. I'm an immortal, I suppose. Hello? Who's there? See, I thought it was just being ominous for the sake of being ominous, not the fact that I had to... Let me think in my brain. Something's back there, but it only appears when my flashlight is switched off. Maybe I'll get a better look from here. Light on! Ooh! What the hell is that? Who are you? Wait a minute, is that the Mermaid Hayase? Yeah, that would be the one from the Curse Stone, right? Not in the flesh, but what's it called? A curse echo? Like the imprint of a curse? Oh! What if this mermaid's echo indicates the presence of a curse? I'm kind of curious though, if the curse, if he got turned into the fish through the curse, what would happen? Would it basically kill him and he would reform, or would he somehow keep living? You're immortal, you suppose? I suppose. I suppose. At least no doo-doo in the pants. What if this mermaid's echo indicates the presence of the curse? The Forsaken Fish would be down here? How? If so, now's my chance to offer up the still-tied mirror. I mean, I guess. I don't understand, though. Hold on. If the what would it imply if the presence of the curse is here? Fuck it, here, have the mirror. I don't give a fuck. Here you go! Now, Curse of the Raging Waves, heed my call and trouble is no more! That'd be a different curse, wouldn't it? We did it! It has been resolved! Maybe I should have held off. The storm comes and just like wipes out the city. No, I didn't do it right. There you are. Good work out there. We felt it the moment you pulled it off. The Curse of the Raging Waves is gone for good, and it's all thanks to you. Okay, I'm a little confused though. Why would Hayase be the implication of the Curse of the Raging Waves? But alright. Indeed, a job well done. The curse aura that once enveloped the island has faded without a trace. I guess it worked. Really? Phew! We sure couldn't tell, but turns out it worked. You hear that, Yuza? You did it! Yeah, now we can finally relax. Well, that is certainly one problem taken care of. Now my assistant and I can focus on another issue that requires our attention. Already? Sounds like you got a lot on your plate. Naturally, our convenience is of little concern to the paranormal. There you are. I've been looking all over for you. Huh? Oh, hey, Tsukasa, what's up? Not you. I'm talking to Miss Shiki. There's a call for you over the station, ma'am. Shiki? A call? I suppose this must be a police matter. I don't know. Tsukasa's being a little sus right now. Why is she trying to get the cops away? Understood. I'll head over there right away. Uh-oh. You'll have to excuse us, but if there's anything else, feel free to contact me. I will. Thanks for everything. Can we actually sense the aura, or is it just like a suspicious people? Huh? What are you talking about? So, Spill, what happened with the curse? It's gone! Yuza ended it. Yay! Nice one, Yuza! You know, I reckon I got a knack for this. Maybe I'll go into curse-breaking business. Hit me up if you need any other curses broken. You never know. That might just be your true calling. Maybe it suits you even better than being an Alma diver. Where's Sato? Come to think of it, we better let old man Wakamura know how it all went down. Where'd he get off to anyway? Don't ask me. Maybe he went home? Probably. How about it, Yuza? Want to go see him? Yeah, okay. I suppose we did make that deal. But I can wait until after I've had a chance to change clothes and take a breather. I'm beat. Fair enough. I guess it's not like there's any hurry. No? In the meantime, I'll go work on the boat. Let's meet up later, yeah? As for me, I'll track down Sato and Tsuyu and fill them in. Later. I don't trust that middle-aged woman. Tsukasa? She's not middle-aged. I think she's literally 16. Yeah! By the way, Yuza, you haven't given up on finding that mermaid, have you? Any new leads? Sort of. Miss Shiki shared some information with me earlier when she pulled me aside. Really? Well, I guess experts on the supernatural would know about mermaids too, huh? So, what did she say? Did you find out what you have to do to meet one? Actually, it turns out that the mermaid who saved me isn't in this world anymore. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? It means she's gone back to Ryugu, to the world beyond. Apparently it's a place between this world and the world of the dead. Wait, really? Does that mean mermaids aren't from our world? Oh. I think she's a little bit more than middle-aged. I think anything suspicious about her has already been revealed, though. I guess not. Well, sounds like you've hit a dead end. Damn, we hit a dead end. Dead game. Bad end. Hey, Mr. Wakamura, you in? He's dead on the floor. He's gonna be dead on the floor. They've come to tell you the good news. Yuza did it. He broke the curse, so you better keep up your end of the deal. Happy endings are never so good, are they? Maybe he didn't hear you. Hey, anybody home? I'm coming in. Huh? The door's already open. That's weird. Mr. Wakamura? What the? Ah! Whoa! Uh-oh. Hold up. How did that happen? That's specifically the Hayake curse. Didn't we hand that one over? Oh yeah, it's not over because we just completely forgot about Kipe. I'm telling you, the curse that Kikuko had was only a copy somehow. Mr. Wakamura, don't tell me it's just a joke. I don't believe it. That wound, did a curse cause it? But we ended the curse, didn't we? That's a different curse. Wakamura, no! Is this better than being turned into a fish? I think instantaneous death by being sliced in half would probably be better. Oop. Uh-oh. We ended 2 endings in one, somehow. Oh shit, that's a big ass cut. Alright, let's see what this mysterious phone call was. Mystery phone call. I have a feeling. Hello, this is Shiki speaking. Oh, it's Ide. Miss Shiki, it's me, Ide from the Mie Police Department. Oh, Detective Ide, what is it? Right after we got your call, we went to look into Yamashina and that Ikoma guy you mentioned was working for him. Oh, that's right. How did it go? Not well, that's for sure. We found the old man murdered in his own home. What? The old man too? Oh. The fucking, what's his name? The fucking guy with the big name? Why is it not, there we go. This guy. Uh-oh. Yamashina. What on earth happened to Yamashina? Well... We tried getting in touch with his secretary first, but he wasn't responding to any attempts to contact him. The bootleg pancake? Pancake? Oh! Akechi? No. He's bootleg Adachi, not Akechi. So we went to his house together, but ended up having to use a spare key to get in there what the fuck? To get in as there wasn't anyone else around. After looking around a bit, we found what looked like a cell in one of the outlying buildings that had been shut up tight. A cell? Yep, we found Yamashina there, collapsed in a pool of blood. We called an ambulance right away, but we could tell at a glance it was already too late. That bad, was it? Worse than that, just remembering it sends a shiver down my spine. He had this massive wound, like a sharp blade had sliced right through his torso, bone and all. What? Both are related to each other, and the fake CEO is a grudge. First thing that came to mind was the skeletons in the Toba case. Pretty reminiscent, don't you think? Very, but it couldn't be. Do we have an estimated time of death yet? We're still investigating, but the blood wasn't even dry. I put it within the past few hours. The curse stone housing the curse of Tomoshige has been in my possession the entire time. There's no way anyone could have used it. My thoughts exactly. Kind of good that Avi gave the curse stone away, or else they would have been suspects. Oh yeah, definitely. But the issue is that Avi still has the business card on him. So that's what I'm worried about. Assuming that would even still be the actual target of whatever Shiki Speaky. I just saw Slack's comment. If my name was Shiki, I'd answer my phone the same exact fucking way. Hello? Shiki Speaky? Anyway. Avi, quick, throw it away! Yamashina's quite the big shot in politics and business around these parts. There's worrying news of his death might cause a stir, so the higher-ups will probably want us to keep mum about it for a while. I see. That might be for the best, yes. Weren't there a load of rumors around about some succession crisis going on with him? There were indeed, though according to the man himself, he'd already chosen his successor and handed his will to his lawyers to boot. Oh, really? That should make things go more smoothly, at least. Sleuthly. Well, isn't Kipe Ikoma supposed to be the successor? Ooh. Wait, you don't think there's the possibility that might have served as a motive? You mean the culprit might have been mad they weren't chosen as his successor? I could see that if he hadn't left the will, but you said he had, right? True. Perhaps they didn't know about it. Either way, there's more people out there who'd want Yamashina dead than you could shake a stick at. Finding our culprit based on the motive will probably prove tricky. I see. Too many words. My tongue won't move properly right now. Still, I can't imagine you'd be able to swing around a katana in that tiny little room. This wouldn't be the work of some supernatural phenomenon again, would it? I'm afraid that's looking quite likely. Jeez, you sure do some terrifying things with these curses. How are we even meant to investigate this stuff? Our usual methods don't mean a thing if you can just curse someone to death like that. Indeed. Oh yeah, we looked into it and we were able to confirm Yamashina had a man called Kipe Ikoma working for him. I don't know, but there'd be too many to shake a stick at. That's what's for sure. From what I hear, the guy's also wanted for solicitation of murder. He is, although we only have a testimony to go on right now. so we can't say anything for certain. Still, him having the exact same name as that victim in the Toba skeleton case is pretty damn confusing. It seems the Ikoma gave a curse stone, a dangerous tool that lets you curse others to death, to a local woman with the intent of causing a massacre. Jeez, scary to think there are tools like that around. Why is Ide making that face? This one? I don't know. He's very strange looking. Wait, what happened with that woman then? From what we've heard, she seems to have escaped to the mainland. Oh damn, really? I'll put a warrant out for her arrest then. Nah, she's dead, we're good. Thank you, detective. I'll let you know the details later. Oh yeah, about Ikoma. Someone apparently spotted his company car stopped outside Yamashina's place today. Ugh. So I had a warrant put out for him as a person of interest. Oh, impressively quick thinking. Well done, detective. Alright, bye, Lard. Thank you again for the dodo. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Ide kind of looks like Jackie Chan. By the way, there's a high chance that Yamashina was killed by a curse contained in one of those curse stones I just mentioned. Oh man, I figured that might be the case. If Ikoma did indeed stop by Yamashina's house today, he's looking incredibly suspect. Yeah, looks like we should prioritize tracking him down. But it sounds like the guy was a favorite of Yamashina's, if anything. If he really is the culprit, what could have driven him to kill the man he owed so much to? Bugs, my only other guess is that it's actually Tsukasa. Tsukasa and Kikuko, like, kind of had the same relationship with Yamashina. Who knows? I can only assume they had some sort of falling out, perhaps over a matter of succession or the like. I'd assume that Ikoma was the successor Yamashina mentioned, but it seems that wasn't the case. Either way, I think we can definitely say he's up to something, especially if the solicitation of murder stuff is true. That would be crazy, but now I'm starting to think that's not impossible. That'd be the biggest twist of... Tsukasa just kind of like... She would not make anything obvious. But what if she is the successor? Because she and... not Ikoma, she and the other guy were on pretty good terms, right? And if, you know, Kikuko's supposedly dead. But this would have had to happen within a few hours. So could it be possible that Kikuko went back to the mainland, killed him somehow, and then came back? Y'all sure you still got the mirror? I'll take up the pace of the, I'll step up the pace of the search for him. You two take care too, alright? I'll get in touch if there's anything else to share. Please do. Whoa. Isn't this supposed to be the good timeline, though? From the sounds of things, we should make dealing with this Ikoma our first priority. I wonder how Cersei and Abi fared in their search. I imagine they made it back to the mainland by now, but we have yet to hear anything from them. Ikoma might still have access to his curse, too. The situation is more dangerous than I thought. We should probably get back to the mainland as soon as possible. About that, it seems the last ferry off the island has already left for today. Darn it, that means we're stuck here as well. We'll have to stay in Kamishima for tonight, yes. I'll arrange somewhere to stay. Nothing to be done about it, I suppose. Thank you, Soda. It won't be long before the sun sets. And yet I can't help but feel like there's another storm brewing on the horizon. We fixed the curse! Oh, no we didn't. The second worst timeline. Uh-oh, I can't get whatever this is. Oh, here's another one that's apparently not done yet. I wonder... So the point of contact. Let me see if anything new has popped up yet. I think the other option would be... Ooh. Hold up. So you know at this part here... Ooh, it's starting to look like Tsukasa I'm just saying. So at this part here is when Sato offers herself to be the point of contact. Meanwhile, Tsukasa and then the cops are supposed to go look for Yuza, right? And then all of a sudden we don't see Tsukasa again until after Yuza has come back from the dive. Which means that she is unaccounted for that whole time span. So if we get back to this timeline, I highly doubt it's going to be an option yet, and we say Tsukasa is the point of contact, that means technically realistically, she won't be able to leave the island. So I have a feeling that this option is not available yet because the game wants us to have that information available in another timeline. All right. No, I don't want Tsukasa to be a bad guy. Oh dear. You were doing so much better after the curse got lifted, I didn't notice the time. We got so carried away with the sightseeing, it's already pitch black out here. You're right, time sure flies. The last ferry already left, so I guess we'll have to find a place to stay for the night. Shouldn't we be heading back to the mainland to go after Ikoma? Well, there's only so much we can do now. It's not as though we're being paid for it, so let's not lose sleep over it. Oh, so they didn't make it back to the mainland yet. I see. Very pragmatic of you. Bird sticker. Who's that? Cersei, did you hear something? He's right behind us, isn't he? Why is Ikoma on the island? Wait, if Ikoma's on the island... Wait, hold on. No, never mind. Did you spot any inns or hotels around the island? I think I saw a few. It'd be nice to find one before dinner. Maybe we can get a recommendation from one of the locals. That might be difficult. After all, we didn't really manage to get acquainted with anyone on the island. And hopefully that'll teach you a lesson about how you approach people. Her name is Cersei. What? Why? Why do you do that emote? Right, that may have been on me. Hey. Ikoma, before you do whatever you're doing, I need to look for a sticker. Oh, Avi, you should have thrown away the business card. Whoa! There's someone there! Well, I thought I recognized that voice, so it was you, Mr. Barnum. Mr. Ikoma. What are you doing here? So when did you get to Kamishima? Huh. Did I surprise you? I arrived on a chartered boat just before sunset. Now, wait just a moment. Didn't you say you had a fear of the sea, that boats were a no-go? So if the timeline is adding up, this would have been the same... This would have been after the phone call, right? I'm just getting a little confused because the implication would have been that the hired hand to run the ferry to take Sato back to the mainland would have been Kikuko, right? But now it feels like it's lining up to be that it was Ikoma the whole time. Maybe the phone call never happened? In this timeline? What do you mean? Cersei's are like Priscilla's always evil. There's nothing wrong with Cersei here. What do you mean? Well, nothing yet. Shit, we thought nothing was wrong with Tsukasa, but, you know, now she's major sus, so who knows. Now, wait just a moment. Didn't you say you had a fear of the sea? Yeah, I already read that. You gotta keep your characters traits straight. Else the proofreaders will tear you apart, you know. Hey, it's full of plot holes. Well, as it happens, my condition was miraculously cured earlier today, so I was able to come here after all. Miraculously cured, is it? Oh, come on. If you're going to just throw in convenient plot devices like that, it's a total disservice to the art. Whatever, I have more important things to ask you. A whole lot of things, as a matter of fact. Sure. What is it? He's definitely the descendant of the Raiders, right? Yeah, we already have that. Wait, do we have that? I don't think we have that info. I was confusing the mark. He's definitely a descendant of the Raiders, I think. And that's probably why he was avoiding coming out here for a while. So it would trigger the curse. Why did you ask us to come to Kamishima to search for the still-tide mirror? Oh, well, it's simple enough. If something like the Curse of the Raging Waves truly existed in these waters, surely it would be best to see it lifted, no? And it seems that it has, in fact, been dispelled. You did not disappoint, Mr. Barnum. I mean, like, since the other girl died way early, he couldn't make contact with her, and that's why he got to the island. Yeah, maybe. It's not like we actually did anything to lift it, though. Is that so? We did learn that the bronze mirror once belonged to Princess Hatsune, who was sacrificed to appease the curse, however. Cersei is being sussed of him. Mr. Ikoma, how did you know the curse of the raging waves had been lifted? Well, to be honest, it's hard to put into words. Death! Just fucking instant curse death! But it seems as though I've got a little bit of a spirit sense myself. I suppose the curse must have been what caused that ominous aura to surround this island before, no? I see. I suppose someone with a bit of spirit sense could be able to tell whether the curse was still around with ease. Cersei ain't believing any of his bullshit. In any case, since the curse has been dispelled, the matter of the bronze mirror is also settled. You have my thanks. I suppose you're right. You're welcome. Oh, hi, Bella. How was your way to a nap? Good girl. She was napping on the bed earlier and she was so balled up. She looked like a loaf. Like a little round loaf of sourdough bread. That's you. But now she's out of her nap. You gonna lay down on my lap? You wanna say hi to chat? Say hi. I hope it worked. I hope you could hear her. Good girl. Ikoma. Good girl, Bella. So about Azusa Somikawa, the descendant, not ascendant. Aw, you got to hear her. Good girl, Bella. The descendant of Taishima. Oh, I don't remember telling you her name. Ha! That is no obstacle to a man of my caliber. We figured it out in no time. Did you now? Very impressive. I suppose I ought to apologize on her behalf. She is rather difficult to deal with, is she not? So, did you manage to get a hold of the Tamatebako then? Come again? From what I understand, she was the last— he just keeps laughing. He keeps chuckling to himself. She was last seen going out to sea on a boat with a foreigner. And she has evidently been missing ever since. Forgive me, it seems that my hesitation to come to introduce you to her has caused you some inconvenience. No, really, don't worry about it. So you were after the Tamatebako too, Mr. Ikoma? How come you're so calm when you already know what happened? Believe me, there were times I wasn't, but at this point, things like that no longer matter to me. Things like what? Tamatebako. In fact, it seems as though I no longer have any use for it. I admit there's been some tension between us, but what do you say? Why don't we put that behind us, huh? He's chuckling every single thing he says. Whatever became of Miss Somikawa is no longer of any concern to me. In hindsight, I suppose I should have introduced you much sooner. You might be misunderstanding. Might be misunderstanding. Ikomo's hair? You don't know if it's a mullet or a ponytail? It might just be a mullet. I don't think he has a ponytail. Ikoma was always sus, especially now that we found out that he has the same name as, like, some dead guy from 6 years ago. So let me get straight to the point. You know a woman named Kikuko Tsutsui, don't you? I keep wanting to say her name is Tatsui. He just came right out and said it. Kikuko Tsutsui. Oh, Bella. What big purrs you have. You want to say hi to Chad again? Come here, you. Come say hi to Chad. Oh, hold on. Oh, good girl. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring her up to the mic once I lifted her up, she sat in her bed. You're such a good girl. How's your paw doing? One of her little claw sheets has been swollen though, and I don't know why. The young woman from the Kamishima that used to work at my company. Was that her name? Wow. You used that girl as a pawn in one of your schemes, didn't you? We nearly died because of her, you know. I beg your pardon. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know anything about that. I most certainly did not put her up to anything so heinous. Oh? So you're saying you did not give her a cursed stone then? To help her get recognized by Yamashina since she was his illegitimate child or something like that? A cursed stone? Ukukudono's illegitimate child? What on earth are you talking about? You really have no idea? Don't try to pull a quick one. Who filled your head with such nonsense? As a matter of fact, we heard it straight from Kikuko Tsutsui herself. She told you all that? Hearing voices. Where is she now? I demand to know what compelled her to come up with such a ridiculous story. She's dead in the water, Jim! She's not around anymore, so I'm afraid talking to her won't be an option. Oh, I see. Anyway, whatever she told you, that girl is delusional. What a troublesome fantasy she crafted. Indeed. My ear hurts. My ear hole. So who did she get that curse stone from, then? I'm afraid I know no more than you do. Do y'all think he's being truthful? Do you think Mr. Ikoma was just misunderstood? Then, what about the business card you gave me? It was the target of a curse. Care to explain? Excuse me? I'm afraid I don't quite follow. The symbol on your business card turned out to be the marker for the curse. Dear me, this is the first time I've heard of such a thing. Oh, so you don't know? Of course not. That emblem is a treasured symbol that Unkakudono bestowed upon me when my company was founded. So the symbol comes from Unkakudono. So he might not actually know then. And if it comes from him, then that would mean specifically that... Oh, shit. So, Tsukasa, no! Unkakudono? You mean Yamashina? So you really have no idea? You said it was used as a curse marker? That's a serious accusation. Ugh, well... You're implying that Unkakudono was behind such a scheme? That's outrageous! But you have to admit, it's hard not to come to that conclusion. Which means... Hold on. I'm trying to think. The storm returning would not have been due to, I almost said Avi. Yuza? It would have been due to fucking Kikuko or Tsukasa in that case, because they returned to the island after school, right? Because school's out currently or something like that? Uh-oh. Suspicious. You have to admit, it's hard not to come to that conclusion. These groundless accusations are deeply insulting and absolutely infuriating. I will not tolerate such insolence from anyone. I honestly expected more from you. All right, calm down. Sorry, we'll look into it some more, okay? Very well. It's the very least you could do. The sheer audacity. Now Cersei is, like, confused. Insulting a man's business card and benefactor. How utterly disgraceful. I insist that you take it all back. My bad. I claim oopsie daisy. I'm truly deeply sorry, and just overwhelmingly apologetic from the bottom of my sorry heart. What the fuck? Why did it zoom in on him? That was weird. Oh, okay. Weren't you the one put in charge of the search? I'm counting on you. Get the info we need. Okay. Alright, why are you here then? So why did you come all the way out here to Kamishima? Ah, that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. More than anything, I would like to take care of my business right away. And what might that be? I actually wanted to ask you about it. I believe there's a woman by the name of Sato living on this island. You wouldn't happen to know her whereabouts, would you? Uh-oh. Sato. No, I'm afraid I haven't met anyone by that name on the island. I see. So you're not familiar with her. Very well. Thank you so much. My apologies for keeping you. As I need to continue my search, I'll take my leave now. Yeah, good luck with that. I think, part of me is thinking Ikoma is definitely the scapegoat for the true villain here. I don't know, it seemed like he genuinely didn't know about the whole curse thing, so... who knows? You sure about letting him go? Wouldn't it be better to restrain him? And if that's the case, then that would mean the voice over the phone could not have been him. Damn, too bad there's no voice acting. It's Tsukasa with a voice changer. Wait, no, it couldn't have been Tsukasa, because Tsukasa was there during that phone. It was a scripted phone call! You sure about letting him go? Wouldn't it be better to restrain him? Well, there wasn't enough evidence to do so. Do you think he's actually innocent and Yamashina was the one pulling the strings the whole time? I don't think we know enough to judge. Well, it's not like he can get off the island that easily, so maybe we should just report that we saw him. I hit my mic by accident. Good point. He mentioned a chartered boat. Maybe we could mark it to keep an eye on it. Turns out staying another night on Kamishima was the right call after all. I've got to hand it to myself. I'm just a genius. Anyway, let's go and report to Miss Shiki and call it a day. Oh, Bella, you're so cute. You're so cute, Bella. Uh-oh. I thought it said infections, and I was like, whoa, that sounds horrifying. I doubt automated scripted phone calls would be that good in the 1980s, you're probably right. Oh, Bella. I see. So we can be certain that Kibe Ikoma is on Kamishima now? Yep, no doubt about it. From what I gathered from the islanders just now, there are signs that someone landed a boat in the gulf of the other side of the island. What? Don't bite my fingernail! You bitch. That must have been Ikoma. Mwahaha. She went mwahaha. So he's come like a moth to the flame. Ma'am, that sounded a bit diabolical. I think the fatigue is starting to get you. A bit diabolical. Hold on. Sticker vision on. Damn. It'd be really funny if I turned around to see a sticker was on some bug's fucking head. I don't see a goddamn sticker. Alright, Cersei. I was sure you and Avi have returned to the mainland by now. I had no idea you were still on Kamishima. Well, we were having so much fun sightseeing, time just got away from us. You were sightseeing the whole time? I suppose it worked out for the best, so I can't complain. Oh, never mind. Still, from what you said about him, your description of Ikoma is quite different from what we've heard of the man on our end. We could hardly believe our ears either, to think Yamashina had already been killed by a curse. And the police are searching for Ikoma as a suspect in his murder. Talk about a bombshell. Yeah, it was a real surprise. You say that Ikoma seemed to have no idea about either the cursed stones or what Kikuko Tsutsui was planning. That's right, swore the accusations against him were absurd, all while looking innocent as a lamb. It's entirely possible he's just feigning innocence. I wouldn't believe him so easily myself. We have no proof of his crimes, after all. All he has to do is pretend he knows nothing and our hands are tied. Still, there's a warrant out for his arrest now, no? Can't you throw the book at him here and be done with it? It would be dangerous to do anything rash. I'd like to at least get a better idea of his intentions before making a move. Still, with Soto and Cersei here, I don't think we should have anything to fear from paranormal phenomena. If worst comes to worst, surely you two could restrain him by force. Well, we probably could deal with most things. But in the event we couldn't, the situation would likely end up being completely hopeless. Right. I don't even want to imagine what sort of situation that might be. Well, my guess is the situation where we all get fucking murdered by a curse. Did you see where Ikoma headed after you parted ways with him? Sorry, I don't really remember. But if he chartered a boat to get here and stopped it in the Gulf, wouldn't we be able to nab him eventually if we hung around there? Unfortunately, I don't think it would be so simple. If he stopped it somewhere out of the way, we would struggle to find it in this darkness. Bella, your face is itchy? That's true. Well, if we really get stuck, I should be able to find out where he is using dowsing. You know, maybe next time we play this game, I'll be able to read better. Just let me know and I'll give it a shot. I thought your target had to have some sort of spiritual energy for you to find it. That's right, but he said himself he had some spirit sense and he has a pretty unique aura too. I think it would work. That would be a huge help. We'll keep that in mind. You know, I still find it hard to believe that a young man would be capable of such a foul crime. Oh, Avi, you're so gullible. Heartless, the lot of you! You won't even consider the possibility this is all one big misunderstanding. Mr. Gullible, Avi. What did you say? Okay. Soda, what do you think? When did you find the time to go around getting information from the islanders, Soda? Oh yes, I took advantage of our rest break earlier to make a few inquiries. I appreciate the hard work, but shouldn't you have taken the time to rest? Stopping to take a breather every now and then is important too. I'm afraid that's a bit difficult in this line of work. A single moment of complacency would prove fatal. Sometimes I really do wonder if we live in the same world. Since when was society so violent? Now! Bitch, everybug's dying! Just make sure to rest when you can, alright? Don't push yourself too hard. No need to worry. I'll be sure to get enough rest. Thank you for your concern. What if the real culprit was Sodo? He did it! That'd be a crazy reveal. By the way, is it true that Mr. Ikoma can use curses without a curse stone? Based on what I've heard of the scene of Mr. Yamashina's murder, I think we have to conclude that he can. So it is possible. What does your assistant over there think? Oh, good idea. Let's see what Soto has to say. Soto, spill the beans. Spill your brains right now. How likely is it that Ikoma could use that curse without a curse stone? 0. Yes, about that. There have indeed been cases of powerful psychics using the spirits of the dead to cast curses on others. However, doing so requires a great deal of skill. Only a handful of people would be capable of such a feat. Is this the drowned one? And even fewer would be able to do it with a curse capable of killing people in a single blow, let alone over a distance. The man did say he had a bit of spirit sense. I suppose that wouldn't be enough, though. Not at all. My thoughts exactly. I see. Though, if I were to speculate... Oh? So there is something. Curses are not always born from the spirits of the dead, you see. If a number of people were to harbor a strong grudge from decades, even centuries, that grudge itself could become a curse. I see. I see. The supernatural equivalent of strength in numbers, eh? You could say that. Still, it would take a large number of people holding a grudge over an extremely long period of time to achieve. A large number of people? I suppose it is a bit unlikely Ikomo would have access to a curse like that. Xerxes, what do you know? This would be why curse stones are so dangerous. Access to one allows even amateurs to use highly potent curses. You heard that just now, I hope? Yes, I'm sorry already. What do you think, Cersei? So the work you wanted us to handle is done now, right? Yes, it is. Thank you for your cooperation. But I'd appreciate it if you could help us a bit more. So I won't be letting you go just yet. Aw. Abby? Still, something doesn't sit quite right with me about all this. Ikoma must have known it would be harder to escape pursuit here. What the fuck was that? The stars just faded from existence. Oh, they're just like flickering behind me. That's very weird. What could have brought him here despite that risk? Oh, I could shine some light on that, actually. I believe he said he was looking for a girl called Sato. Seemed awfully keen on finding her, too. Sato? You don't mean Sato Shiranami? Oh, you know her then? We do. A girl with quite unique circumstances, to be sure. Could that be why Ikoma is looking for her? What is he planning? Unique circumstances, eh? So chances are high Ikoma is still looking for Sato, then. If so, it would be in our best interest to find her first. If nothing else, it would put us in a good position to bargain with him. Agreed. Should we try to... Huh? Is something wrong? You said that Ikoma arrived on this island before sundown, yes? We did indeed. If he's really that keen on finding her, surely it wouldn't take him that long to do so. Finding a single girl on an island like this wouldn't be difficult. All he would have to do is ask around, no? You have a point. I doubt he's been wandering in circles all this time. Maybe he isn't looking for her that seriously after all, or he had some other business he wanted to take care of first. Oh! Shotaro! I forgot he existed! You there! I finally found you! Hmm? And who do we have here? If I'm not mistaken, that would be Mr. Wakamura's son, Shotaro. Wait, hold on. Hold on. It could be Shotaro. This would be really weird. He's also goes to school in the mainland, right? And he specifically stated he wanted to bring Sato with him back to the mainland. It's all coming full circle. Ikoma's not walking in circles, but he is. I'm telling him he's sus. You're from the police, right? You gotta help me. My old man, he's... Mr. Wakamura? Has something happened to him? Ooh, I was thinking Tsukasa was sus, but now I'm wondering. Now I'm wondering. What? Mr. Wakamura was found cut down in his own home? You're not saying. The clinic's doctor is taking a look now, but I saw the wound. There's no way he could have survived that. I tried to call the police, but Yuza Minakuchi told me to come get you instead. Yuza did? Oh yeah, they went and found the body, huh? I see. Thank you for letting us know. We'll be there right away. Ma'am, given the timing, can we assume this is Ikoma's handiwork? This is our high, yes. Speaking of any characters that have been missing for a decent amount of time, definitely Shotaro, right? If you don't mind me asking, mister, did a man called Ikoma drop by your house at all? What? Ikoma? You're saying he's the one who killed my old man? Calm down, you know him then? He's in his 20s and is wearing a suit, though he looks really old for his age. Yes, that's him! I met him earlier today. You met him? When? Today, just before sunset, a man I'd never seen before came up to me. He said he was head of an event company and had come here to gather information or something. I'm pretty sure the name on his business card was Ikoma. What? He gave you his business card? Wait, hold on. Maybe it's not Shotaro. What if he gave the business card to his dad? Yeah, what about it? And he said he was here to gather information. What happened to looking for Sato Shiranami? Wait, Sato? You're saying Sato has something to do with that guy? Alright, everyone. I'm going to head to the Wakamura house with Shotaro here. So do I leave searching for Sato Shiranami to you, Cersei, and Abi? Uh-oh. About to get split up here. Find her before Ikoma does and take her into your custody. I'm counting on you. Understood. Wait, we have to help out too? Please do. The more people we have on hand, the better. Now, Shotaro, lead the way. Right. Uh-oh, he's right there. He's the fuck. He's right. We found him! Everybody. Uh-oh. Huh? Wait, over there. And Avi would still have the business card too. Uh-oh. Wait, what if Shotaro also has the card? Uh-oh. That's what he was doing. That was his investigating, was handing out the business cards to everybug. Doing the same thing as the mirrors. It's him, Ikoma. What? Hold on. Vision ability on. Uh-oh. Wait, he's already an immortal then? Oh my lord. His aura, I knew it. Ma'am, is he? There's no doubt about it. He's an 800-year immortal. He noticed us. Uh-oh. Never mind, he's more sus. He's definitely still sus. He's running away. Ma'am, should I give chase? Please do. Follow him and find out where he's headed. On it. Don't be reckless. Keep your guard up and be careful. It looks like we have a change of plans. Cersei, Avi, you're coming with me. Let's go. Shotaro, fuck you and stay behind. Damn, y'all. I'm not saying that these chapters are ending at the perfect time, but they're ending at the perfect time. So, unfortunately, we'll have to find out what happens next time. On Dragon Ball Z. But it's okay, we didn't finish the game today, which means I can't play Pokopia on Thursday. Remember about powers being able to happen even without the curse stone? Yeah, if he's an immortal, that means he could possibly have been like absorbing the fucking cursed energy. I don't know. That'd be pretty crazy. Alright, let's go see who we can raid. And then I gotta go take a shower and then go eat some dinner. Whom to play game? What is Ari doing? I don't know what the fuck Ari is playing. Terranigma. I've never heard of this game. I don't know if that's actually the name of the game. It just says she's in retro right now. 700 years! 700 years! Rick and Morty forever! Everybug, thanks again for coming and hanging out. No stream tomorrows and Wednesdays. No stream tomorrow and Wednesday. I will be live again Thursday. We're gonna finish this fucking game. And then, if I finish it before streaming time, we'll play some Pokopia. I'll be pretty excited for that. Anyway. I'll see y'all then, okay? Rest well, eat well. Take a bath. There BRB. Okay, fucking hell. Hold on. I accidentally opened a different program. Let's see if we can read some bug else then. Some bug else. Let's go raid Ray. Ray's playing GTA. I have a feeling she's doing like RP. I feel like anytime I see anybody streaming GTA, it's always just role-playing stuff. But anyway, thanks again for coming. And I'll see you on Monday, okay? Wait, Thursday. Bye-bye!